Is
You are live. Hello.
nobody's there yet. Welcome to the Bob and Tam Show. Pating. Welcome to the Pating Nation. I want to thank everybody for coming out today and spending a little time with us out here in Illinois.
Grab your favorite beverage, sit down, and let's have a talk.
What do we got?
So how's everybody been?
6 people on.
That's all
All
right.
right. So what we're going to talk about today? A whole bunch of stuff. We got a big old list here of things we're going to talk about. So go grab that beer. Have
They've
a
been
seat.
waiting. They probably already
And
have
come on
had a
down.
couple beers.
And
that?
we'll see
Somebody's
what's going
howling
on.
back there.
Mhm.
We're at Spike's in Millstead, Illinois. So if you know where that is or anywhere around, come on down.
Yeah. They actually got great internet right outside the door here. It's like 50 up. Couldn't ask for any better than that.
No.
So we decided to come on over here and have a brewski. And I don't know what you call these things.
Seltzer water.
I guess. Whatever.
Low carbs, low sugar, low fat, low everything.
Pretty exciting.
I told somebody that we had to drink it. I said, my daughter made me a skinny margarita. Had no fat, no carbs, no nothing. And then I wrote back and the person said, and no fun. But
She's trying to be a comedian tonight. Welcome to
and I've
the.
only had a little bit. So Lewis says, "Pating." Oh, yes, we do.
I'm supposed to be reading the comments.
It says White Claw from Portland, Oregon. We're working up and we don't. Whoa, there's a bunch now. Did it say? Okay. You can't reach it. We're too far away. Oh, White Deer from Portland, Oregon. And when
You
they're
got
smoking,
chips.
don't drink beer in Oregon. We smoke weed. And I got cheese. Can you see it?
No, you didn't turn it over.
Well, I'm going to spill it if I. Anyway, and chips. So we're sitting here waiting for the time to pass. I'm going to kill myself.
So what's going on? We're still in. We're still here in Illinois. We'll be here till Wednesday. Thursday we pull out, and we're going to be heading out to Bourbon, Missouri. What's there? Bourbon. Yeah, Bourbon in Bourbon, Missouri.
I'm sure they do.
They wish they did.
But that's not what it's famous for.
We're going down on the Merrimack River, and used to canoe down there when we were young whippersnippers, and had the kids were just babies.
Yep. First time Kimberly went out, I think she was 18 months old, and I thought my parents were going to kill me.
And so that's a long time ago. We're going to go down there and see some of our friends. One of the guys that we actually used to own a DJ entertainment company. Don't know much about that yet, so we'll tell you eventually, but not tonight. We'll talk about that. We also got something new that's going to be coming out on our Patreon page. We're going to give you a chance to know a little bit more about us. Actually, why we're here in Belleville and what brings us to this area and what made us come back. So if you are interested in that, that'll come up in the next day or two. If you'd like to join Patreon, for $9, you can start checking that out. We're going to start putting more videos up on Patreon, and you guys check all that out and see what's going on and find out more stuff about us. Also some campground reviews, some other new equipment that we're buying, things like that. We're going to talk about it on our Patreon page. Figure that a lot of people on YouTube could care less. Maybe not.
I don't know. Oh, there's Dallas down in Goat Spank, Tennessee. I looked that up. I don't think there's really a Goat Spank, Tennessee. I couldn't find it unless there's population 2. I need to turn this a little bit. That point's going to kill me.
You're going to turn the table and the camera's moving.
Well, then you'll have to move the camera. There you go. That's a little better. So Ken Johnson from Vegas. I know the Kenny Johnson.
So what's going on in Vegas? Are they making you wear a mask in the casino again? Just curious. We heard that because the Bike Fest that they were going to have in Las Vegas has been postponed, probably indefinitely. But it's postponed for this year, and maybe they're going to have it later, but I doubt it. But let us know what's going on in Vegas.
That's what we've heard. We've called a few places down in Daytona, Rep Pink, and yeah, we haven't heard. I called Shelly Rossmeyer, and she said, we're going forward and not looking back. So.
And we'll talk a little bit about that tonight, about what's going on in some of the different locations that we found out so far.
All right, let me find my Facebook.
checking to see if Facebook is on. Which
Well, they've
apparently
got
it
a
is.
Facebook
So
thing,
are we
but see,
sounding
I
all
don't
right?
know.
Are we too loud? Is the picture coming in pretty good? We got great internet here. Not
There we go.
Wi-Fi, but just internet coming off the phone is excellent tonight. So we shouldn't have any trouble with putting a broadcast
That
out
was
tonight.
Kevin Mahoney. Since Black Foods Barbecue had canceled, are you guys still going? Yes, we're still going.
And we're going to talk
because-
about all that in a little bit. Tell you what's going on. Right now, we have canceled nothing but Las Vegas. Las Vegas is over for this year, and we'll see what happens next year. But at this point,
they're making them wear masks in the casinos, I guess. I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
what they're saying.
crazy, crazy, crazy. Illinois starts here tomorrow. That's why we're doing our live tonight. Because tomorrow we'd have to have a mask on, and we'd have to be in here talking to you with the mask on. So that ain't going to happen. So,
We're getting the heck out of Dodge.
yeah.
I don't know what Missouri's
Get over
going
to
to be like.
Missouri, and hopefully it'll be all right over
Missouri
there.
was never really locked down too bad, but
St.
we'll see.
Louis, but not the rest.
Dallas says go spanks between butt and crack. Butte and crack, but I know what he means. Reno HD is not having problems getting permits. Reno HD. So I guess Reno's going to go ahead. I don't know.
We'd have to call and see what's going on, but I really can't believe that the Harley dealers are doing anything in Reno. But we will call them next week and check with them and see what their lowdown is, because they kind of didn't really do nothing this year for the fall or anything. So I don't think they're going to do a whole lot. But
Nothing.
so what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about where we're going next. So if you've been here since it started, we're actually going over to Blue Springs out in Bourbon, Missouri. We're going to spend the weekend out there for Labor Day weekend. Try to get a live out, depending on internet. We'll see how that all goes. Right after that, we're going to go out to another campground, which is called Lost Valley Lake Resorts. We'll be out there for about a week, just laying low, see if we can get some videos and stuff going on. There's some Harley dealers out that way and some different things. We'll be getting ready for Bike Fest at Lake of the Ozarks. We've heard there's no cancellations there. Excuse me. And everything should be going as normal there. So we're going to be there from what's the date?
Lake of the Ozarks, September 13th to the 19th.
So if you
So we're going to tell you where we're going to be, and then you can tell us if you know of any bars that we can, or places, it doesn't have to be a bar, we can meet up and do a meet and greet with you guys, and we'll schedule all that before we get there so everybody knows the date and time. We're going to try that. So if
you're looking, if you're in Lake of the Ozarks area or going to Lake of the Ozarks, let us know if there's a good place that you would recommend. We had somebody the other night that came on the live and recommended a bar that we could do our live stream from. I have to go back and look it up. I don't remember if they're on tonight. They can let us know what that bar was. I think it was a 2 or 3 story bar down there in Osage Beach. So
there used to be one, I think, called Shooters. And I think it was 2 or 3 stories. Right on the lake.
I think it got torn down.
You could pull up your boat, and it was 3 stories. One was like a restaurant, one was a bar, and one was a nightclub, each level.
It's been a long time, since the 80s since we've been there. So that'll be the first. After that, we're going to be heading over to BBB, which is Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. What day we getting there?
September 21st to the 27th.
So if you have a place that you would like to do a meet up and greet with us, let us know. Also, if there's some place, if you're from that area and you know that there's good internet, which I don't know what the internet is down there in Fayetteville, if there's good internet down in places, let us know. So that way we can make sure we do our live on Sunday and be able to put videos up. So let us know if you're in the...
Why?
Why what?
He said, are you a retired boxer? And I said, why? There's David Wilmot. Did you guys make it home? They were at Sturgis, in part of Sturgis. They're sitting in their bar room. All right. They've got a beautiful house. 70 people on.
That's not too bad. But it said 2 people. Like, what the hell is going on? Wake up, people. Hello. Call your friends. Tell them we're online.
Well,
so
it might be, this is like the last weekend of the summer, so a lot of
next
people might
weekend's
be
the
out.
last weekend.
Yeah, but that's a holiday, and they'll all be out then. You probably won't get anybody next weekend either.
We'll see.
Hi, John.
So we'll see what's going on there. So after that, we're going to be heading over to Myrtle Beach. We'll be in Myrtle Beach on
September 9th through October 4th.
So if you're going to be in that area and like to do a meetup with us at Myrtle Beach, give us a good location to do it at.
Steven goes on. I think he can tell us, or Richard, if he's on. They're both down there.
Because what we're looking at is we don't really want to do it at SBB or Beaver Bar or any of those because there's just way too many people there. Something a little bit more, also places that we could do lives from. I don't know what we're actually staying there at the state park. Assuming the internet should be pretty good there, but I mean, I don't know. So that is there. After that, we may go to Georgia for Angel Bike Week, but we have not decided because we're assuming they're probably already sold out. If that's the case, we're going to be getting to Daytona really early, which would end up when is Myrtle Beach over?
The 4th. So
And
that
Daytona starts on the 12th.
October. Well, I think it doesn't start till like the 14th. It's only
Okay.
4 days long.
So we probably are going to end up 5, 6, probably the 7th or the 8th. We would show up in Daytona already that early. So we'd be checking into all that stuff. Kind of give you a kind of a big rundown of what's going on in Daytona.
Where we're going to be.
If Daytona cancels again, we know, all they're going to do is lock Main Street down. Did it, done it, didn't affect anything. Ormond Beach, all that's going to be going on. All the other bars going around, the Iron Horse, the Beaver Bar, all those places are still going to be open for the fall. So I'm not really that concerned about Daytona.
And Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, that we know that they have postponed it, but all the vendors we've called, they all say they're going. And Harley Davidson is still going to have all their events going on. So I think it might just be the city is not going to have anything.
Downtown, there won't be anything. I mean, I imagine the bars and stuff are going to all be open downtown still. They just won't have any vendors out on the streets. So
drink in hand, ready for the live.
So we'll see what happens there. But we're not suspecting anything in Daytona to have any issues. We actually don't suspect any other rallies to have an issue. After that, we have made arrangements for Panama City Beach, Thunder Beach.
We weren't going to go there because we couldn't find a place.
And one of our subscribers actually told us about a campground. It's about 15 miles away. It's a state park. It's something pond, something.
Sand Pond Campground, and it's about 17 miles north.
15.
What I said. Anyway, north of Panama City Beach.
So we got in there for less than $30 a day for during the rally.
Dallas says hit the like button.
So we'll see how that all turns out. We'll go there, check it all out. A lot of these rallies now are only 3 or 4 days long, so they're not really long rallies going on for the fall. But we'll go ahead and hit that one afterwards. We'll be there from
Daytona or Panama. Panama is the October 19th through the 25th. See, I wrote all that down, so I'm prepared.
So we'll be there during that time. And if there's people there that want us to do a meet and greet, let us know where you want to meet up at, and we can check something out. Depending on how busy the beach town is, I don't know. We could meet at Sharky's, or we could meet at any other place, Hammerhead Fred's, do an afternoon meet up and greet, and probably wouldn't have an issue at either one of those two places. Or what's the other one that we get the drinks
Miss
from?
Newbies.
No, not Miss Newbies.
Oh, Pineapple Willie's.
Pineapple Willie's could be another option. Probably be looking more at Fred's. Would probably be a better option. They're not too busy during the day there, as a lot of the other bars are.
So we probably will go to Eureka Springs while we're in Fayetteville. I know that's a bunch of cities right there close together. We'll probably go to the Cat House. We've heard a lot about that. We've never been. Well, we've been to that area, but it was years ago when the kids were little. We've been at an old the Model T. I don't know what kind of car it was.
Replica.
Yeah, I got to go. So Ken and Rat Pink are talking. Michael says, ding.
That's right. It's a Pating Nation. We want to welcome all those that are out. We're working on getting our T-shirts set up here. It should be out here in the next week or so. Some T-shirts. Hopefully the patches will be coming out pretty soon, so you guys can get all that great information and find out where to get it and order them.
Great merch. They call it merch.
Yeah, merch they call that. So check that out. We've also got another new device that we'll be talking about on our Patreon page to help with our lives more when we have the computer hooked up. But
it's to do like multiple camera angles.
I can do it on this here, but it's a little hard on the phone to do it. But with this, we can actually, because there's a lot of people out here that don't understand how YouTube works. And so we want to show the whole thing. We want to show you on our computer, which we can flash it on the screen and show you how to set up a Gmail account, and from a Gmail, how to go to YouTube, set you up a YouTube account, and then we'll show you how you can comment and how you can like us and subscribe and all that good stuff. And if you want to give us money, you can show you how you can do that. So it's all a whole bunch of neat stuff that we want to just let everybody know how it all works. Also,
Or
how
if you
to,
guys have questions.
yeah, or you could drop the screen down to where you can see all the stuff about Patreon and some of the other things. We do have some different discounts that we offer. You can get involved with some of the camping programs that we're in, and we get a little kickback from that. Helps us get a little bit of money if you join Boondockers Welcome or Passport America, any of those things. Even Thousand Trails and Coast to Coast, we have links there. Those are more memberships that you're buying.
They're a lot more expensive.
Yes. And so those are some other things that we have down here in the comments section, past the comments.
And show you how to make a comment too, because there's a couple people that ask me, how do I make a comment? They don't know how to do that either. So, and some of this is confusing and overwhelming, and if you don't know where to look, it's hard to find it.
We are no experts at this. We're slowly learning a lot of this stuff too. And that's why I bought this new little box so we can hook a bunch of stuff in. We can hook up different cameras. If I get my garage ever built, which we'll know in the next 2 weeks, get that
That's
built
a
up.
long, drawn out process.
Yeah, whole other story. Maybe we'll talk about that on Patreon too. If you really want to know a little bit more about us and what we're doing, we're going to be building this garage, more to put my junk in, but also to do some bike work, maybe do some building and things like that on some bikes during the off season when we don't have any rallies to do. We're looking at maybe doing rallies a lot different next year, which we don't know yet. We might talk about it on our Patreon to see what people think on Patreon, to get more feedback on some of the options that we're thinking about next year, about downsizing, possibly doing the rallies different than we do now. We're not sure yet. We have a lot of thoughts that were out there, just trying to find ways to keep this a little less expensive and not so costly to where maybe we can even make more rallies next year. So we'll see what happens. Oh, looks like we got a super chat.
Thank you, Ken.
We thank Ken all the time. He always helps support us. He's probably our biggest supporter.
Yeah, that's what I said. How in the world does the super chat work? Yeah, Ken can show you how.
Yeah. So if you look down there, if you're interested in the super chat, you'd like to give, I think you can give it like 99 cents if you want. But what you do is you go down there where the comment is, looks like a little box that has a $sign in it. You hit that, and then you got to set up. You got to put a credit card in, a debit card, your PayPal account. When I'm on other website, other YouTubers, when we have time, we give it through my PayPal account, because that's where this money is all dumped in my PayPal account. So that way I know what we're spending money on and keep track of it all. So it's been pretty good. You know, things are really slowing down. We're not getting the views today or this week that we have. If you haven't checked out that video today, we just put up about the best of the 81st. I spent a little time there, made about a 10-minute video for you guys to see some of the highlights of some of the things that we did and seen and done and all that kind of stuff.
There's still some stuff that we videotaped that's not up yet.
We've got a couple more videos that I'll probably throw up here in the next week. One is about Boss Hoss. They got a brand new dresser bike, that bagger bike that they're going to be coming out with in Daytona spring of 2022, and we got a preview of that bike. We'll show you that. We've also got the brewery there in Sturgis that we talked to the owner and also talked to the brewmaster. I want to get that video up. And there's a couple other ones when I was doing the highlight video. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to put that one up. So there'll be a couple videos that may have nothing to do anymore with the rally, but it's just some good information that I think should be up for you guys to check out.
We're all talking to each other.
That's good, because that shows that the Bateen Nation is working.
A community. We're all a community, a big, happy family.
That's right. We may even start, if you guys are really interested, is starting a Bateen Facebook account, which that would be more for you guys to talk among yourselves. If you're interested in that, let us know. I could set up another Facebook account and another group page that you guys could be doing that, but you guys would have to keep it running. You know, I'll go in there and say some stuff once in a while and answer some comments and stuff, but I won't be able to post because this gets a lot busy. I have a tough time just putting stuff on Facebook, keeping that up.
And Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Since she's putting so many pictures now on Patreon, we're not doing the Instagram.
And I don't want to put them both on both, because then why pay for that when you can get the Instagram? So it's fun.
So we really need to, you know, as things slow down here, we'll do a little bit better on posting some more pictures, some more videos. But I mean, with Sturgis trying to put a video out every single day for YouTube, it's really tough trying to get something out here for Patreon. So we are working on the video right now. That'll be up probably tomorrow if all goes well. I'll get it done. That it'll be on our history of us in Belleville here. Belleville, Illinois. Why are we here? What are we doing? Why did we come here? All that kind of good information.
That's where we grew up.
Yep. So we're going to show you a little bit about that. And actually on September 1st, we're going to have a big special surprise. So in that video, we'll talk about that. So if you're interested, go to our Patreon page and you'll get a lot more information about us. What is Patreon? You go to it, it's www.patreon, it's patreon.com/Bob and Tams, spelled out, and Tams, just like our email is. And you hit that and it'll take you to our Patreon page. So for $3 a month, you can get Tam's extra pictures she puts up now. And she's got a bunch of pictures she needs to download off the camera and put in there. Yeah. And also, we've got, for $9, you get to see unedited videos, like we just put up a lingerie.
No more beer for you.
Yeah. A whole bunch on the lingerie. I think it's like 6 or 10 minutes of a lingerie match that they had in Sturgis. Not a lot of people watched it, but it just gave them something else to see something. I just kind of put a bunch of pieces together, let you kind of hear what's going on, hear what the girls are bad mouthing each other. Kind of interesting. It wasn't real exciting, but I wanted you to see it. Because I've seen a lot of people watch that video. You know, you guys could really help us with this too. When you see videos like, for instance, that one, I think the one with the lingerie wrestling in it and maybe the Iron Horse and stuff like that. That video did, I think it's like 120,000 views. Tell me why you watch that. When you look at different videos, because we try to figure this out.
What makes a video
go crazy? Because
people
we don't
watch it. Why?
I don't know. I thought it was the thumbnails we put up with the girls on it. Some do really, like the hottest video we had in Daytona is the little girl with the massage gun that you've seen this year. She got 30,000 views. That's it. But I that's the one that's listed as Horny Mike and Kid Rock. And it didn't get very many views. It got the average. Nothing big, nothing wild. And that's the same girl that was my best video in Daytona last year or this year. So look at videos like that. And that would be great comments for you guys to write on there that would help us a lot by saying, hey, here's why I like this video. It was because of this and this and this. Because sometimes I put a video up and we don't talk at all. We're not on it at all. I just put it up and you watch it. And they don't seem to get that much playtime. So is that the question? Do you want to see us more? Do you want to see, just like the highlight video? We're at the beginning, we're at the end, we're nowhere in the middle of the video. It's more for your entertainment to see stuff. And if you've been there, maybe that all the stuff that we did videos on are in there. And so we're just trying to figure this out too. And where I think I got something like the police video, it did pretty good. It's around 70,000 views, but I thought that would go 100,000, having the police chief talking about all marijuana and guns. I thought
a lot of people were talking about it,
but no, it just didn't go viral. So actually my only one that really went viral, which really is not really viral, but I mean, it did a lot better than my videos from last year. My Antifa ones last year were the ones that just went super crazy. And I know a lot of people that watch those were not interested in the rally.
More TAM content equals more views.
But not always is she the one talking. So, okay. So that's what it is. It's day 7. It's this one. It didn't get as many as I thought. It got 108,000 views. That's my best video today for Sturgis. So it's the title is 2021 Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, Day 7. The Buffalo Chip, the Bike Wash, Lingerie Wrestling in 4K. So tell me why you watched that video. Why was that one so much better than any of the other ones? So like today's videos, we're just at 2,000 views for 6 hours, which isn't bad, but compared to what we've done in the past,
he tries to figure all this out. And it's like,
so when we did the rat hole the other day that came out, which I put some of those bikini girls out there cleaning those bikes, I thought that would do a little better. 3,700 views. That's it. So that's the point that we try to figure out what's going on. I also thought the patriotic one would have done a heck of a lot better too.
The veteran.
Yeah, 1.7. That's just really sad for, America and all that kind of stuff. I thought it would really do good.
Our veteran one last year did really well.
Our top was Tuesday this year.
Oh,
shouldn't have said that. But this one here,
our Terrific Tuesday,
didn't turn. We actually did better than last year. And actually, I thought this video kind of sucked because we didn't put a whole lot of stuff on it because we did all the interviews when we first got there. And, once the show started, and that's a whole other story going on there.
He says he likes the videos that share places that he's interested in staying, eating, and visiting. That's why he watches them. Bye. Full Throttle Dog says, good evening, Bob and Tim. How's everyone doing this evening? Fine. How are you? Antifa is like a traffic accident and can't help but look.
That's right. Which I understand that. And we got, what's really funny about that is we got people watching the Antifa videos from last year and thought that was actually going on this year. So it was just
because
really,
it was recommending that video.
And it's like, hello, did you not look at
those people are there again?
Yeah.
I can't, why did they come out again? It's like, no, that was last year. But when it just recommends and you click on it, you don't really look at the date. We don't either when they recommend stuff for us.
But when somebody said that Tam should do more videos, she actually did a video last year down in Panama City during the fall. She talked the whole video.
But I just talked. You didn't.
Well, but you showed, but you still could hear her talking and all that. But I think you turned the camera on you a couple times. It was on a campground review. It did typical campground review, a couple thousand, and that was it. So I don't know. I told her to change shirts today, and she didn't do it. She bought a whole bunch of new shirts today at Forever 21. Maybe we should do some of that in Patreon. Maybe we should do some videos of you trying clothes on. Would you be interested in watching that on Patreon for $9 a month? Watch her. She buys a lot of clothes.
He buys me a lot of clothes. Did I ask to go in there? I did not.
She says, I want to sew some shirts that I show a little more because the guys like to see that.
I do not. The life is good for Bob rants. He does. He gets off on a kick. And then I'm trying to answer questions and he's going on and I can't answer. Hi, Jeanette. I know her from a long time ago. 8 years cancer-free. She was one of my patients. I wasn't going to say that, but she said it. Thanks for healing me. You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
And if you're Patreon and you get to watch the $9, you're going to see a little bit about that and about what she used to do. After we had our kids, which I'm not going to tell you anymore, you got to watch Patreon. So somebody else told us that, I don't know, it might have been Ken, that told us that we really need to watch what we put, build a community on Patreon. And we're going to stop asking you, suggest you to join it. We're going to tell you you should join our Patreon page.
We're just going to tell you what's on Patreon, and you can make the decision if it's worth you.
And you can always go on the Patreon, and you can try it a month. If you don't like it, you can dump it. Like we had a guy that actually supports. This guy's got $1 million home, and he's invited us to hook up our trailer next to his house. And the guy travels all over the world. And I thought he got upset about some of the videos. The last Terrific Tuesday video, YouTube pulled it down off my Patreon, which just pulled down yesterday, so it was the end of the month anyway. But the girls were doing a little more touchy-feely, pretending like they were going down on a girl and all that different stuff. And I think it got pulled off for that reason. We're going to go to a different format to put the last edit up. The gentleman that puts on the Patreon or puts on the Terrific Tuesday event, we're having some issues with him. Remember we all talked about we were going to sell the video and do stuff with that. And he got all wishy-washy about that fine guy that's on the stage. I don't know if Tom's on there tonight. Maybe he wants to come on and talk about it. But he's the guy that puts the money up for the girls and all that. And we're going to talk more about this on Patreon. So if you want to know more stuff about what there's things we don't really want to badmouth any dealers. YouTube or Facebook dealers, Harley dealers. We're going to go on Patreon real soon and tell you the ones to stay definitely away from. We've been screwed by them, and a whole bunch of our friends have been screwed by this. There's two brothers, and we're going to give you on Patreon who that is because we don't want anybody to go in there and deal with them. And
unnecessarily, because you don't want to deal with
That's right. Very high pressure sales, all that. So we're going to be, Ken go into another site?
No, he's going to go to an Airbnb, and he found one.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be at Lake of the Ozarks. So we'll see you there.
Yep. Kenneth has a YouTube channel too.
Yep.
It's AKA Ford Man. Very interesting guy.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is.
I don't know either.
Anybody younger than us is a kid. You know how you get how that
when you
goes?
get to this age. I don't know. Is the camera getting really fogged up? We're going to clean.
I think it's the sun coming in.
We're going to clean the camera. Look, it's like a strobe light. Hey, it's party time.
Somebody's going to have a seizure.
I think it's cleaner.
Yeah, I guess. I thought it was
It's
the
fogging
sun
up from the
shining.
humidity here. It is. The dew point here is like 76. If you know what that means, hotter than Haiti.
All right, Jeanette's going to retire in 7 months and 9 days. So, and then she'll be hitting the road, and she said she wants to hook up with us. So we'll see you there.
So who's all drinking with us tonight?
Ken said he had a drink. He was ready for
All
us.
right. So who else is having a drink?
And then, so Jeanette, I look forward to seeing you. I think you've got my email. If not, you can write me on Facebook too. Or if anybody wants to email us, it's bobandtams@yahoo.com. BOBANDTAMS.
And also, where we're at today?
We're in Spike's Tavern. Is it tavern or bar?
I think it's got a different name.
I don't know. Spike's, or where's their
Public House. Spike's Public House. It's like a brewery.
It's in Millsap. When we did our live the other morning, telling you about Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue, that was outside.
Had the Stag beer sign.
Yeah.
Here, a lot of you knew what Stag was.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of you don't.
Dallas has a beer. BK has a bourbon.
You going down to Bourbon with us to have a bourbon down in Bourbon, Missouri?
And John says drinks.
He drank a beer
Drinks. He's got drinks. Ken says he's buying a betingnation.com. I'll be a millionaire next year.
There you go.
He's going to buy the .com.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If somebody be interested in doing something like that for us, it would be really great if somebody wanted to build a website and help us with that, because we don't know
how to do it.
Well, one is just way too busy. You know, when I get this t-shirt thing going, it's pretty much they take care of it all and I get a little cut off of it, which is fine. But it's really tough, especially, which it is. Some of these other guys that went to Sturgis, some of them that tried to do as many videos as we did, came on the other night on a live, and that's what the guy said. Wow, that was a lot of work.
He said that was no vacation.
Yeah, and he couldn't even keep up the last 3 or 4 days. He didn't even put a video out. So there, you know, people figure
It's
that
hard.
out, that this isn't the easiest thing to do, and I really enjoy doing it. Especially like with Sturgis here. Next year in Sturgis, it's going to be fabulous. We're going to be able to do things nobody else can do. We've got such connections now with the Buffalo Chip, with the city of Sturgis, with a lot of these other businesses now, that we can get in and do things and find out things that nobody else can get that access
Little inside
to.
scoop.
Yeah. And it's all about
And we
networking.
pass it all on to you guys.
It's all about networking, and that's something that I've done all my life. So it's a lot of fun, and we can actually make things happen and change things that are going on, and that's really exciting. And you know, maybe someday we'll be the spokesperson for a lot of these rallies. They'll come to us and say, hey, what do you think about this or that or whatever's going on? And because we see this. I don't know if there's anybody else out here that, other than some of the vendors, but the advantage we have over the vendors is they work the whole time and they have to stay in their booth. We're out here and we're looking at all this different stuff, and we're going to sit down here. I don't know when we're going to do it. We may do it during this downtime that we have and talk about the rallies we've done so far this year, and then tell you the pros and the cons and what's good and what's bad. And once again, it's our opinion, but it's what we're seeing when we go from rally to rally to rally, what the benefits are of each rally. And it all makes a difference. You got a question?
No. Nicole says we should make booty shorts that say Pating on the bottom. They would look much better on you than they would on me. So, but I don't know. Maybe
she doesn't have a Pating butt.
No, I don't. Maybe we could get a special lineup in one biker chicks.
Yeah.
Area.
We can talk to her.
We can have a Bob and Tam section in her shop.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. Would you guys be interested in that? Going to one biker sexy. You can't say it all because they ding me on that.
Yep, they'll pull everything off. So I thought I'd let you know how much I enjoyed your videos from Sturgis 2021. Thank you, Jungle Jim. We appreciate that. That gives us moral support to keep going. To keep on.
You know, I'd really rather have had about 25,000 subscribers this year. But, you know, it is what it is. And
we're the little engine that could. We just keep on going.
So it's, you know, we did a really good rally this year. So Sturgis turned out really, really, really good for us. A lot better than anything we could have ever really dreamed. With the Patreon page going on now, with you guys helping out here during lives, we've gotten to that plateau to where
99. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
And we want to make sure that we do give you guys good content. Tell you what's going on, give you the facts, tell you what's the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, like the buffalo chip. I was really kind of sad that we didn't get as many people wanted to know about the buffalo chip. It's a lot different than I would have. You know, we had so many horror stories. People telling us, "You're never going to sleep. You're never going to do this. You're never going to do that." You know, it wasn't at all bad as what people talk. We slept pretty much every night. You know, wake up once in a while when a motorcycle went by, but you could be in any campground and some clown comes through revving his bike up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So don't tell me that your campground's guaranteed to be the quietest one, because there, you know, you can't. No campground says we lock the gates at 11 o'clock and nobody can come in. They got to walk their bikes in. So you still could always have that. But
says George is on, and he said, interesting that Kathmandu has for those who like to party and stay up all night. Oh, please try another campground. Did that influence your decision? We've been there twice before.
Which it is. That's one of the reasons we've done Kathmandu, because it's not a party campground. Now, they do have a bar, and they don't mind stuff going on during the day, but they actually have a house there that they're staying in when they're there on the property, and which we are. We are not party animals anymore. We're a little too old for that. Not saying
once
because,
upon a time,
you know, and we used to DJ and stuff and stayed out all night long and did things and had events and stuff.
We don't 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
And so, but with what we do now with videotaping and stuff like this, but I mean, just like a Kathmandu, what's the number one thing at Kathmandu? They have a free bus that will haul your happy butt downtown. You can party like in no man land, and you can be as crazy as you want, and then you can come back to the campground and pass out and wake up tomorrow and start all over again. That's what we like about.
And it's not the bus, it's their bus.
Yeah.
So you go from downtown.
Kathmandu bus.
Say it, spit it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nicole's really cute. So she's going to model them for you.
So that's one of the reasons we like Kathmandu. We weren't very happy. A couple years ago, we stayed there, and they canceled the bus at the last minute because of the COVID. They would have had to pay a fortune for insurance to cover during that time. And they didn't want to deal with it, so they canceled, which we weren't very happy about it. But he came back, and he made it better for us this year. He worked a deal with us to get us back in there, and that's why we're recommending them. And it is a good campground. This will be the third time we've stayed there. First time we stayed there is actually the first time we ever went to Sturgis back in the early 2000s.
2010, I think.
That's we went there and stayed in one of his cabins, which is a shed. But I mean, it's not bad. When you're looking at some of these cabins, like if you look at some of the ones we reviewed this year, some of them don't have nothing but a bed. They've got actually a little refrigerator in there. They got a microwave. They've got a coffee maker. Wasn't bad.
No.
It was all right. We ended up not really cooking nothing anyway. I don't think we even put anything in the microwave.
The only thing bad about that, well, I mean, I think any of those, you have to have your own linens, your own towels and everything like that. We didn't have a bathroom in it either. You had to use the little porta potty. I was on crutches, and you get up in the middle of the night to go pee.
But the other thing about them is you can send stuff through UPS, and they'll have it sitting in your cabin when you show up. And then you box it all back up, and when you go out, you tell them that it's there again, and they pick it up again and send it to UPS. Now, you got to buy the tag and all that. You can just go right down the street there, or in Sturgis, you can go ahead and get your packing label. And because you already know what the box weighs, it's the same junk you sent there the first time. You throw a few more T-shirts in it, they ain't gonna weigh this.
Jungle Jim said he stayed there, and he said all he heard all night was the bikes on the 90 going by it, putting to sleep.
So we're kind of like, we're not right on the edge by the highway, but we're kind of behind the house, but we're probably about in the middle of the campground.
Yeah.
And it's pretty quiet. We've never, but see, we can run the air conditioner and stuff. And even if I don't remember when we stayed in the cabins, if we heard anything or not, I don't remember. Mostly, we've always got something going by, just like here. There's cars going by here. Normally, wherever we used to live by train tracks all the time. And after a while, you don't ever hear the trains go by anymore. No. So we're pretty good about.
Well, if we could sleep at the buffalo chip, Kathmandu is nothing. And like I said, that's the only thing we were scared to death of is staying at the buffalo chip, is that we was not going to get any sleep.
And that was wrong. Yeah. People tell you that. Now I could defend. You could get some rowdy guys or rowdy girls or whoever it is next to you, and they could party like there's no tomorrow all night long. And that's probably possible all the way around.
no matter
But-
where you stay.
But a lot of when we went around a lot of the campsites and stuff in the evening and stuff, now we didn't go out really super late. But I mean, a lot of people were just sitting in their lawn chairs talking. Like you do at any campground.
Yep.
I didn't really see, there was some places there was the guy that had the dancer pole up, which we assumed it didn't really get started till after the concerts, after midnight.
And we were way
Now we
far
never,
asleep by
and
the
they
time
were
that-
shooting right at us with their speakers. We didn't hear any of this stuff.
No. So Dave and Mary Beth said they stayed at Rush No More. That's kind of behind, off the road from Kathmandu, kind of the same area, across the highway from Kickstands. And they said it was very quiet campground. We've heard that a lot too.
There's a lot of quiet campgrounds. You can go over there. Where did we stay at before we left?
Oh, Days Inn.
Days Inn's pretty quiet. You're by the highway there. Now we were right up against the frontage road, and we could hear some cars going through there. Now, what is your goat spank buddy getting you going again?
He says his wife snores so loud he thinks the Harley's driving through his bedroom.
Maybe she should go in another room. There's also surgery for that.
Or you get that implant now. You push a button and like turns you on and turns you off.
Turns her on. So we'll see about that. But it ended up being that the buffalo chip, the only reason we're not doing the buffalo chip again this next year, because they said they work something out too this year, this coming next 2022. They would work a deal with us too, because they loved us coming out there. But when we talked about the buffalo chip, it is way, way, way too much stuff going on. If you really want to stay at the buffalo chip, you really don't want, if you want to really take advantage of the money you spend, which isn't much. You could have got a wristband. You can buy one now for, I don't know what the going rate right now is. Somebody said they're already starting to sell. $200 to $250, you can get a wristband.
2 more days they go on sale. Usually September 1st.
Well, somebody said it already went on sale.
Oh.
Look at your thing and see if it came up. But somebody said it already is. But which we paid $250, and we got ours right at September 1st last year. 9th, I think, is when we bought our passes to get in. But I mean, you could buy those passes and bring a tent or whatever you're doing, and that's all you're spending. You get all the concerts for free, you get all the bike shows for free, you get the fun at Bikini Beach is free, the wet and what do they call that? The slide. Slip and slide. You got a giant air mattress. It's bigger than an air mattress. And they also got rope contests, and they give away free prizes and stuff. But I mean, there's so much stuff going on at the chip. Way too much for us. Because to try to cover the chip and Sturgis, it can't be done.
Good.
So next year, we're going back like we did last year. We're going to be out in Rapid City for 3 weeks before the rally starts. And we're going to be at a campground. We'll let you know when we book that, because we can't book that till like 60 or 90 days before the campground starts. It's a campground we get to stay at for free as part of our membership. Great campground. It's right there on the way to Mount Rushmore, right outside of Rapid City. Right there, we're going to be right there to get on Custer's, do all those great rides. We're going to film all those before the rally, so we'll be posting those like the week before to show you, hey, here's the best rides, here's the best places to go. We'll hit some of those great bars that are out that way and show you all that pre-rally stuff. So we're going back to that plan, because it seemed like last year worked a lot better for me, because things just was a little bit smoother than doing it. But then when we get to Sturgis, we're going to cover a little different too. We're going to be more laid back on our videoing. We're going to set up some things that we want to see, because we're at Kathmandu. We'll be able to do the bus thing on some of the videos. If I can get in there and get the video edited first thing in the day and have it ready to go for the next morning, we could get out that evening and go back to something and watch. See, what's bad about most of these concerts start at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and by the time it's over, it's getting pretty late. And for us to start out again first thing in the morning, our first thing in the morning is we try to be out there on the bike between 8 and 9, heading out for our next adventure to film for you guys.
I was going to say, and it doesn't act, I thought they were on sale, but that was 2021, because it says on sale now, but it was 2021.
Oh, they're not on sale yet?
They're not on sale yet. According to the website that I can get on, it doesn't say, it's only 2021. Time Dallas gets any sleep is when he's in Goat Spank Pokey.
So while she reads those instead of you guys having to listen to her mumbling while she's trying to read. So that's kind of our lowdown of what we're looking at. If you guys want to do a meetup at any of these up and coming rallies, let us know. And what we'll do is we'll set something up, and we'll do maybe like an hour or so at one of these bars or
There's your buddy Art's on. He says, "Pating."
There you go, Art. Did you retire yet, Art? We're waiting.
We got a price for you for our cabin in
Daytona. And Sturgis, if you want to know, you can stay at the same campground we stay at. And actually, did he stay there with us?
No, he stayed at when we stayed out at Shade Valley.
When did he ride with Kelly that time? Was it when we were out there at Shade Valley?
Yeah, I think we talked to see. I wonder if she retired. I should have got a hold of
She
her.
was going to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Call
That's
her
another
and see.
friend that
We met through Sturgis.
Yep.
So see, that's the big thing with Sturgis is you really need to open up yourself to other people to find out, because you can meet some really great people out here that ride, you know, other motorcycle people.
Jason's on. We just spent the last 3 hours with him. That's my cousin. We went to lunch with them. Thanks, Jason. Good to see you too. I only get to see my cousins once a year, almost more than I see my kids. Please retire for Bob's sake. See?
We got support here, Art.
Where's the Alpine Inn? Did we say anything about the Alpine Inn?
The only Alpine Inn I know is the one that's in Colorado.
No, the Alpine Inn is in, that's where we ate lunch. It's at Alpine Lodge. And that's in
Hill City?
Yeah, Hill City.
It's a German restaurant. So if you're not into German food, now they say at night they have a steak thing. You only buy steak and that's all they sell. We went during the lunch.
You that, Paul.
And we did I did a French dip, and it was okay. And what did you have at the Mexican or at the German restaurant?
I think I had a wrap. It was like a turkey bacon wrap. It was really good. And then it had the German potato salad, which is the hot potato salad. He didn't like it. He got the fruit. They didn't have any French fries, so he was all butthurt. In Hill City, yeah, that's where
it's very busy there.
Yeah.
So earlier you go.
They had good
it was all right. We sat outside. They had outside. It was first come first serve. Inside you have to wait for them to seat you and wait in line, and sit down on the deck was a lot better.
Minnesota.
So that was pretty good. It was all right place to eat. It wasn't the best place I've eaten. It wasn't the worst place. It was okay. That's why we didn't really do a video on it. But a lot of times that's what we do. We eat at a lot of different places and try a lot of places out. But unless they're really good or exceptional service,
and he's so picky. He doesn't. He eats a burger, maybe some fried chicken.
I'll eat a steak and all different things like that. But it's like Louis.
Oh, Uncle Louis.
Uncle Louis. See, we like that. I like Uncle Louis. They got a wide variety of food, good breakfast, good lunch,
and it's
good
just
dinner.
Plain old American cooking.
But I mean, they got all kinds of stuff. They got Mexican food. They got but everybody that went to Uncle Louis said how great Uncle Louis food.
And that's the reason we went to Alpine. Ken said that was the best place he had, the best meal he had in Sturgis. But everybody told us, you got to eat there, you got to eat there. And then once I got up there and I saw it was a German restaurant, I'm like,
well, we've ate a German just right here. The town right next to us is called Water. This is big German area.
This is Millstadt. This is German.
And my last name is Hoffman. So we used the German restaurant's gone now, but we used to have a German restaurant down here, and I eat there every now and then. And so we have some German food and stuff here. And
diner food's the best. Yep. The old cafeteria style. Remember that? Where you'd walk in and you'd say, I want that for my entree, those for my sides.
Kind of like
that
what buffets came from.
Yeah, yeah. But they used to call it, in St. Louis, it was cafeteria style. What was the name of that big old?
I don't know. They were all over the place.
I know, but just Bob and Tam have their own rally in the state centrally located like Oklahoma City. I don't know. We could have our own rally. Tam says your buddy.
So that would be a question. If we did an event someplace, would you travel to it?
Yes. Art's both our buddies. So he said.
What Art say?
Art says, Tammy says your buddy is on, and this is time I thought we was both your buddies. He is. He's my buddy too. He's like my brother. I make sure he's taken care of, but I won't say anymore. Just retire so you can come out with us.
Yeah. See the world. See America.
Yeah.
A lot of great stuff's going on. So the rallies are getting fired up here. We'll be really rocking and rolling once
middle of September comes.
Yeah. Once we hit Lake of the Ozarks, it's pretty much nonstop.
It's bang, bang, bang.
Until Myrtle Beach is over. Then we'll have about a week there that nothing starts until Daytona. And then from Daytona, we're going to hop right over to Panama City. As soon as Panama City's over, we'll be heading over there to Galveston, and that will end up this year's Adventures of Rallies.
Yep. We're not done camping, because then for Thanksgiving, we're going to go for 2 weeks out.
We might be able to do some riding in California. There you go, Art. Take off some time around Thanksgiving. And I'd like to ride up to the Redwoods.
All the way up there.
Yeah. And it won't take that long. Do it in a couple of days. go up and come back. And that'd
Are
be
you
fun
just
to
going
do.
to Muir Forest? That's 8 hours away.
A little farther than that, go all the way up to the Redwoods, up to Gooberville.
That was an experience.
A whole nother
That's
story.
why
People
I
say that. Where's the
think
video for
really
that?
located about
Never videotaped nothing back then. So we have to make new adventures in
So
California.
Dallas said centrally located. I don't know. I always thought St. Louis was dead center of the United States.
I don't know.
That's just because we're from around here.
There's some things that could be done, but I mean, I
Hi,
don't
Jungle Jim.
know. You know, we only had 28 people sign up for our ride to go and spearfish. So I don't know how many people would actually plan a vacation and come out and go someplace. You know, we could even go out to the Adam Sandoval's place out there in Oklahoma, Moyer, Oklahoma. It's right by the Texas line, about 50 miles north of Texas.
We could probably do that.
And I don't know. Well, first of all, how many people actually have trailers or tents?
Oh, that's true.
He's got a few cabins there, a few tents to rent, but
yeah,
I don't know.
There's a motel right down the street.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I mean, people would have to really be serious about wanting to do something like that to set it up. I don't know if we've had a YouTube channel long enough to do that. You know, he's done that on his last year. He's going to have it again this October. And we're not going to make it to this one this year. But last year, I don't know how many people he had show up, but some of them didn't even ride motorcycles. And but he had added.
Well, he doesn't ride it after BBB, so I mean, we'd be right there, but then we'd never make it to Myrtle Beach in time. So Art says he's been working the night shift and it's killing him, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
There you go, Art. Retired. Tell him to take that job. Play that
shove
song.
it, Johnny Paycheck. Take
Tell him to play that song
and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Come to, I don't know where that is, on Ocean, plenty of redwoods. We've been up to the redwoods. It's really beautiful out there. Mark Little said they all said they'd come to a Bob and Tam rally in Goat Spank, Tennessee. We all be out of
How
the
big is your yard? How big is your yard? Can we get a couple thousand in there?
That was Ken. Ken's volunteering Dallas. Seems like we used to belong to that, the AMA. Flat tracks this year in Sturgis. They did. We just didn't.
We ran out of time. That's why I said that's why we're not doing the buffalo chip next year. Not that we were dissatisfied with the buffalo chip. You know, there's issues there. There's issues everywhere you're going to go.
They said Panama City got canceled today.
We'll look and see. She can talk and I'll look.
Yep. So I don't know. We'll check it out. We
heard that the dealership was not going to do any vendors. We already heard that last week.
That they had canceled all their vendors.
Panama City, Thunder Beach route.
They can fend for themselves, Art. You've taken care of them long enough. Some advice, and someone puts on 2 ATV rallies. Don't let someone else do it. Just do it and show up. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we'll just do it and see who shows up. Maybe we'll be surprised.
It says, make your plans now for the 21st Autumn Rally, October 20 through the 24th. So at this moment on Thunder Beach, that's who puts on the park. What's the park called?
Frank Brown Park.
Frank Brown Park, and does some of the other vendor locations.
But we did hear the dealership wasn't going to have any vendors. Mike from Hillenbeck told me today that even the convention center. Yeah, but I think the park's still going on. I don't know. We've called all the vendors and talked to them, and they said no one has called them yet for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. That's for the convention center. Must be that boardwalk, that convention center next to Pineapple Willie's. Because he's the same one that was talking about Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. Spectra Nation? I don't know. SPECTE Nation. Somebody from Hellenbeck said that it was canceled. I don't know.
Who was canceled?
This Spectre Nation said Mike from Hellenbeck.
No, but
told him today that even the convention center was canceled.
In Daytona?
No, in Panama City.
This is their website.
But I mean, that's probably for the park.
Which it is.
I don't know if they do the convention center or not either, because that's called the Boardwalk
The convention center didn't have nothing going on this year.
It wasn't too long.
It was
air conditioned.
That was the only advantage to go there. Now, being that they're canceled isn't going to be a big deal. They've been closed for 4 or 5 years because of the hurricane and all that stuff. So they didn't have very many vendors there last year. I don't think we even talked about it because it sucked. And they had a few bands there. They had some tribute bands. That's where we seen the
Kid
Kid Rock and the Journey Band. No, Journey Band was over at the park. So there might be some restrictions that they may not have, as many bands and stuff. But you have to remember the fall rally is a lot less than what the spring rally is.
Not as many people. So Ken says if we get 100 thumbs up, that he's going to give a $25 super chat. So if you're online, we have 114 people. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Yes, Mike, we are from Illinois. This Belleville, Illinois is where,
we lived here till we got married. Then we moved. And we won't get into all that. We moved to northern Illinois for a few years. Then we came back here for a few years. And we moved to Missouri for a few years. We moved to California for a few years. And we ended up in Arizona. That's 40 years for you.
Thunder and lightning in San Diego. Holy cow, that is very unusual.
Yeah.
The world must be coming to an end. Hay River Campground is pretty neat.
Oh.
It's I know these chairs are not very comfortable. They're like metal chairs, no backs. Yeah, just a little stool. Ground tent with me. Yeah, if you're a veteran, you can stay, up to 3 days at Hay River Campground, either in a tent. You can bring your own tent. You can stay at one of their tents, or you can rent one of their cabins for 3 days for free.
But it's only a certain area that he has, and once that fills up, you don't get it. So you can call there, see what the deal is, and he's got some full hookups there. He's got some tent camping in this area that he made as a designated veterans area. So not the whole campground is veterans, just that area.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when he has his events going on, he opens it up farther for veterans.
Sounds good.
But you need to talk to him about it or his staff. We don't know what he's doing in October, but I know
we look like it, don't we?
He did say he was going to have his Stubborn America thing in October. Should advertise it a little bit more. But
what would a dude do? Change tires in Sturgis. I see all the cute bar women tend at Sturgis. What could a dude do? Change tires in Sturgis. There was a lot of people looking for help. So if you know how to change tires, I'm sure you could have got a job.
Well, every place is looking for help right now. You could have worked. You knew how to do it. We could have sent you to a tire shop that they had a guy that had no idea
that
what
needed help. Holy cow! I lost the thing. Ocean City, Panama City. The guy saying that I know in the morning. All right. Yeah. Well, let us know for sure. You can email us and let us know.
And a lot of people are sending us different information about other events that are going on. Somebody's been sending me a bunch of stuff on Facebook about Alabama's got a rally going on. What the pass that we've got right now, we really don't have time to take any side trips off our beaten track to get to any of these other events that are going on. The problem is too, when we get to, like, let's say you got a great event going on in Mississippi right after Daytona. Well, the problem we have is, one, getting there, which isn't the end of the world, but then we got to find a place to stay.
Thank you.
So a lot of times when we get to these places, they want to charge us, $50 to $100 a night to stay there, where the place we're staying at right now in Daytona costs me nothing. So it's a little hard to justify some of this stuff, and we appreciate everybody giving us that information, but a lot of these rallies, we just can't justify it. We're not making enough money yet to justify these trips. We're not asking for money to buy my beer, or I'm not asking for money to buy a food or things like that, but it's the money that it takes to do the rallies. Last year in Daytona, it cost us $1,600 to stay there for a week and a half. But I mean, that's what we had to pay. And the week before that, we were there for free. And then when we went to Panama City, we spent about $600 there for the week of the rally. Sturgis this year, we spent $1,450 to stay there at the Buffalo Chip. They didn't give us any breakup this year. So that's extra money, not counting our gas. Last year was really good because we paid about $1.75 a gallon. Now it's about $3.50 a gallon for gas across the United States to travel. We're getting about 9 miles to the gallon with the truck and the trailer. And just depends. It could be 6 or it could be 11 if I've got a good tailwind or a headwind hitting us. Question?
Yeah, there's a bunch. Art lives in the Inland Empire. Art said that Lake Elsinore is on fire. And
Holy Jennifer Jupiters. They better get that water from the lake. Oh, I'm sorry. It's almost dried up.
Lois wants to do a Cabo Wabo. Is that the one down in Cabo? Because there's a couple Cabo Wabos
Yeah.
that are Sammy Hagar's, I think.
There's some probably down in Florida.
Yeah, but I think they're talking about Cabo San Lucas. Is that what you're talking about? They said they want to do a meetup down there.
We could. We got to hook up down there to stay. Many years ago, we bought some stupid condos that we
You
still
wouldn't
have.
want to see my backside. Riverside area, Corona. I just said Inland Empire. I didn't know if you wanted to give out where exactly you were or not.
You want to give us your address too, Art, while you're there? Let everybody maybe want to come by. And Art is looking for a new riding buddy.
Yeah,
I'm way out here.
Yeah.
Art likes to ride. That's when we talk about people that ride.
Well, I was working midnights. You won't be able to
Art's
ride.
the best guy in the world to ride with because he never complains about where we're going.
You just got to stop and let him smoke a cigarette every once in a while.
Unless he quit. Maybe he quit smoking.
He's tried that a few times.
I know.
Art says laugh out loud.
Yeah. So she's all caught up on her comments.
Yeah, how about that?
Nope, there they go. Some more
Cabo
came in.
Wabo,
I'll take another one. You want another one?
I guess.
Yep, two more.
Thank
Two
you.
more. Brewski.
Art says have fun finding me.
Art ain't giving out
Look
his
for the
address.
house full of people.
Yeah.
It's
I could say something, Art, but I don't want to. He wouldn't give me.
Mexico, no go for Americans right now. Lots of kidnappings down there. Yeah.
No, Mexico's
I
not
don't
that
know.
bad. It's kind of like we know people that go into Mexico a lot, RVers and stuff. And it's kind of like here. We actually had a friend that actually married a Mexican girl, and she's American now. And it's actually a YouTuber that we watch. But
She's a U.S. citizen
yes.
now.
Well, she's American. You know what I said, American?
Yes, but she didn't change from her heritage of being Mexican
No, but
to
everybody that lives here is an American. Just you might have a descent from somewhere, but she's an American now because she's a U.S. citizen. So what ended up happening was
you guys set it up and we'll meet you there. How's that
his
sound?
family, her family was actually from Mexico City, Mexico. So last year, or the year before, they went down there to visit her family. And what her brother did is said, wow, how do you guys get around in America? In the U.S., well, he said the U.S. And he's like, what are you talking about? He said, everybody's carrying guns and they're all shooting each other. See, that's what happens. They see what's going on in Chicago, St. Louis, Ontario, New York, all these crazy places, and they assume it's all like that. Mexico is like that too.
Yeah.
There's areas you don't want to be in, just like Los Angeles. There's places, ask Art. There's areas there that you're okay with showing up in, and there's other areas you better not drive through because you might get shot on the way. Well, like St. Louis. You can go over here to St. Louis and ride down Highway 70, and the odds of getting, now it's a 2-to-1 shot that somebody's going to shoot at you today. There's 2 people got shot today. So that's the way it is in a lot of these big cities here in America.
Anyway,
it's not too safe.
Not.
So just
Are you
because.
giving us our thumbs up?
Yeah, but do we make it to 100 yet?
I don't know. I can't tell.
You got to look at the other one. You got to look at this one and see what. You got to close your chat. What's it?
92. So we're got 8 short.
8 people need to go right now. Hit that thumbs up. 8 people. Art, did you hit that thumbs up?
I am not a veteran. They say.
Here, tell us your name.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hey, we always show our waitresses.
Thank you.
We caught her off guard.
YouTube famous.
What'd you get?
Yep. Veteran with a state my trademark. Oh, you moved me too far away. Is that at K River? But they said they might trademark for our 10th space. They do
Which
that
they
too.
do. He needs a lot of help down there for all kinds of projects. And we did that last 2 years ago.
2 years.
I went down there and worked a lot. I worked 2 weeks and busted my butt doing electrical work and plumbing and all kinds of junk. And you can get your free RV spot or whatever you want. And it's easier for him to do that than to have to pay somebody to do work. So Adam's real good about that. And if you're able to do something.
8 thumbs up, he said.
What?
David said 8 thumbs up.
Well, you got 8 people. Get somebody, call your relatives up. We're going to make $25 if we get there. 99. Now we need one more. Where's that one guy? Hit that up. Hit that thumbs up. I already did my thumbs up, so I can't do any more. And we got 3 losers that were watching our channel. At least we're not at the 6 losers that we normally have.
Well, Red Pink's on there. He's probably keeping all them at bay.
Oh, is he,
Yeah.
is he getting some of them
And
people?
Ken's on there too. Ken's got a wrench.
So we got 99. Where's that other one at?
There's Richard White.
Yeah, but you gotta click the thing so it goes to 100. We're at 99. There's like one person. You're telling me.
Oh, now it says 100.
Oh, there
right?
we go.
Right there. You got to click that little thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's what YouTube looks at.
Yep.
But thank you, Richard.
Oh, that's 120 watts.
Oh,
104.
there
We're up
Kim
to
goes.
104.
$25.
Yep.
Kim kept his end of the bargain. 15 for Tam and 10 for
To help pay for those shirts. How much you paid for all those shirts today?
$40 for
Holy Jennifer.
but I got like 8 shirts, so I did good.
See, who bought shirts? See, she's telling
Well, no, he says you go pay for them, go sit outside. After he watches the little fashion show, he's got to watch. That's something we always used to.
Did anybody
we
say?
never could afford any money, anything. So we just go and I'd try and close, and he'd watch, and then we'd go home because couldn't afford to buy anything.
So nobody said if they were interested in seeing that on our Patreon page. Would you like to see a Tam fashion show?
I said he tried twice, but they wouldn't let him.
What?
I don't know. I guess move out. I don't know. Went away. We got it. We
made it.
Yep.
We're actually a little over. I think we're at 104 now. Maybe it's
114.
Holy smokes. Thank you. We appreciate all of you that are doing that. That's other ways to help. You know, there's some people that says, you know, we really can't afford to give you guys money. We're tight budgets. You know, we just watch this on our phone, and that's great. And there's other ways
and we appreciate that.
There's other ways you can help us is things like this. Give us that thumbs up when you see our video and watch it. You know, leave a good comment for us. And because YouTube looks at all that stuff, and that's what gives, and watch a video to the end. Even if you don't like it, throw your phone down, just let it play. You know, if you really want to help us out, go to our playlist, like for Sturgis last year, hit that button and throw your phone down and just let it play all the way through. Every once in a while, they'll come back to you and say, are you still there? And so you just got to hit the button and say, yeah, I'm still watching. But that gives us credit too and helps us out because all the commercials play. When commercials play completely through, we make about 4 cents or so on a video.
Brian says he's all in for the fashion show.
There you go.
I have to get a friend to do it with me. I have to do it by myself. I don't know. Push the thumbs up. But
I can film it on the camera. She wouldn't have to do it live. We could film it and then she put it on. I'm gonna put it on Patreon. And because Brian's on Patreon too, I think. And so you want to go to that Patreon page if you want to see some fun stuff, and that we'll be filming and stuff, and put it on there.
Tony and Judy, are you on there? Judy's a good one to do it with.
Well, we want to get.
Think Sue will do it?
She works for. Sue might do it. And
his old girlfriend.
We're gonna go see her in Florida. I'm gonna go spend a couple nights at her house.
We're going straight from.
Nothing like seeing old girlfriends, right? Poke that fire.
Commercials suck. Yeah. You know how you can get rid of the commercials, which I didn't know this. If you watch a lot of YouTube, if you do
even that.
YouTube Premiere.
But that has nothing to do with watching YouTube. There's YouTube TV now that you can watch a lot of the same shows you're paying for cable. And if you've got good internet at home, you can go to YouTube TV, sign up, check out all the shows they have. They might be all the same TV stations you're watching now at 1/10 of the price. The other nice thing is anything you watch on YouTube, there's no more commercials. So we get paid right off the bat. We're watching those. We get like, I don't know, $4 or $5 a month from those people that have YouTube subscriptions. Now we have DirecTV Now, and that's who we watch to. But if they keep jacking the prices up, I'm probably going to flip over to something else, and I'll look at YouTube TV and see if it's any good. Kind of like that phone. We still like our visible phone. If you're looking for a phone, save some money. You got a Verizon. 40. I thought we was paying 50. We're paying $40 a month for 5G, unlimited texting, data, everything. You're watching us right now on that phone. All of our live streams have been from this.
And that's usually got the best internet service.
Yep.
So Spice Foods and Barbecue is on. The dealership's having it.
We're just not going to go downtown. And I think the bars and stuff will still all be open downtown. I don't know what's down there. We've never been there. We've heard a lot of like that Cat House. It's supposed to be a really fun bar to go to. We're going to be there and check that out. That guy actually comes on our Facebook page and stuff and says something about that every now and then. And we'll make it to the Cat House. Maybe we'll do a live from there. And because we want to try to do our Sunday lives. And if things are really going good, we'll go live anytime. So during those rallies, you need to kind of keep your phone around you and be time to go check out that bathroom for a while. Get you an earpiece, and you could sit in the toilet and listen to us do our live.
George says that they're on YouTube Family Plan, and there's no ads or no interruptions. So,
how many people can watch on a family plan? And what does it cost a
all you
month?
guys can get together and do a family fun.
The Pating family plan.
Yeah, there you go. We got a whole bunch of patingers out there.
Yep.
Fabulous, fine. I know. They all, if you got a phone, you're being spied on. So I just say, what the heck?
That's right.
They want to
And-
see me and see
and
what
a lot
I'm
of
doing.
people are
I'm not
worried
hiding
about that.
nothing.
Where they worry about, giving their credit card. My sister's like that. She might even be on here tonight. But they don't want to give out their credit card number online or anything like that. And it's like, if you're really afraid, you need to throw your phone in the water someplace and drown it. Quit using your phone. Because your phone sees everything, hears everything, and knows everything.
Well, who did they say I was with my cousin, and what were we talking about? He just said we were with him on Friday. He said he got home and he opened his phone and that advertisement was on his phone. He had no interest in it whatsoever. I don't know if we were talking about Thousand Trails. I don't remember what he said.
Something like that. Camper or buying a camper or something.
And he went home, opened his phone, and poof, that was the first message. So just hearing us talking about it there at the restaurant on Friday night at Cat and Fiddle, eating my fish. I ate some the other night for dinner.
And watch our Patreon. We're going to show you a whole lot more about places that we eat in Illinois.
The King Nation family. That's right. We got a bunch. They said they wanted a damn calendar, 12-month calendar.
She had one a long time ago, but I don't know where it's at.
I don't know either, but I did make him one. It was when Glamour Shots was real big, and they did all that, and I gave it to him. We used to sell Mac Tools, so he had all these girly calendars he gave out to all of his friends. So I gave it to him, and he wouldn't put it in the truck. And I said,
well, that's back when I was a little more naive, and she wanted me to put these risque pictures of her in my tool truck. Well, she had like a leather jacket on with no boot bra on, and her boobs were kept hanging out. And I'm like, I don't want all these Bernie mechanic guys gawking at your picture. You want me to make little copies and they can
now he wants me to wear shirts like that, but that's a different.
I'm more adjusted to life now.
More adjusted to life. Then Ken said you could take out Sue and he'd take me out. Mart said I'm prettier than your old girlfriend. Sue's cute. Weather permitting. Need travel from Minnesota, weather permitting. To where, Timothy? I don't know much about family plan other than the benefits. My son puts it on his plan. Better than paying for it. There you go. You can get your kids to pay for it.
I do that with Spotify, but I let my kids get on it.
But that's not, it's only what, $15 a month.
Yeah.
But you get 5 people. So it's me and him, our grandson, and our son-in-law. Who's the 5th person?
The TV at home.
Oh. They got a new TV. The antenna isn't working at all. Gets junk channels. My buffer's slower than DS likely to get 25 feet up. I know.
It does. There's a lot of area that my sister's house like that. It sucks out there. She's got the. That's where I'm
she's probably
videos.
What, 8 miles from here? 10 at the most.
And there's a tower right here. So why she can't pick it up? Maybe the trees are blocked. It's not a clear shot. So maybe maybe if they had a high antenna, they could pick it up. We're thinking about getting Wii Boost and put on the RV. And that's where if you've got some signal, it'll boost it.
To go. That was what, $300?
$400. Plus 400 to buy it. That's not the same thing.
I don't know. What's a Wii Boost then?
Wii Boost is that antenna that's round and it takes your existing cell phone power and boost it. If you have no power, it won't do anything for you. But if you had 2 bars, it can give you 4 bars.
No. I don't know. Ken wants to know what our kids think about the Pating Nation.
I never really asked them.
Are they on? Kimberly Ann, Minnie Marie, are you on?
That's what we always tell people. They always want to get a YouTube channel. They're like, I got all these friends and family. They don't watch your crap. They all did it first, and even our grandsons watched a little bit of our channel. I don't think any of them even. Every once in a while, our daughter will pop on and say hi. I think she's on Facebook, but she doesn't stay. She just types it in because when you write back to her or say something, she don't say anything. So
I think she thinks, well, they've got us tracked. They got that 360 live, so they can look up there and see where we're at and what we're doing. And then I send them pictures of where we are. So they're around there. The trippendant of fried pickles. I like him. He don't like pickles. He doesn't like anything with vinegar. He doesn't like mustard. He doesn't like mayonnaise, pickles, olives, none of that. He don't know what he's missing.
It's un-American.
He's allergic to it. Anything you don't like, he's allergic to. Eggs. That's up gravy.
I eat some gravy.
Not much.
Eat it on my chicken fried steak.
Not if they put sausage in it.
No, I don't like the sausage.
He doesn't like sausage. He'll eat bacon, a little bit of ham.
I don't really care what I eat.
360. I can't stand it. You don't like that live 360 art? I don't know.
Well, it depends who he's tracking.
He probably doesn't want his family tracking him. Burned my mouth bad on fried pickles. Yeah, you got to watch that fried stuff. We had got pizza today, and I took a bite, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I burned the roof of my mouth yet or not. But yeah, that's no fun when you burn the roof of your mouth.
So what's going on? We've got all the rallies coming up. Next week, we're going to be down at Blue Springs. We're going to hang out down there over the Labor Day weekend. Probably no canoeing or nothing that we were kind of hearing. It's already kind of booked up. So we're going to go down there and just visit one of our DJs that we used to have. A couple other ones may show up. We used to own an entertainment company. We might get to that someday in Patreon.
I think Brett said he'd meet up with us too. One of his friends from high school.
Yep. Went to 2 high schools. And so that might be exciting.
So it's ketchup, but he eats ketchup. But don't
And
tell him
then
that.
from there, we're going to be going over to Lost Valley Lake Resort. It's not too far. It's about 50, 60 miles from Lake Havasu in Owens, Missouri. And we're going to hang out there about a week.
That's not Lake Havasu.
Well,
Lake of the Ozarks.
yeah. It's all the same place.
He's had one too many of these.
No, it's just getting tired. It's been a long year. It just started.
No, it's almost the 9th month. And you know what happens in 2 days?
I die. That's what I'm telling you, but it's in Patreon.
Oh, okay.
Go wait for Patreon. If you're not watching or subscriber to Patreon, join it. Because that'll tell you some more information about us. So that's pretty exciting.
A big event in 2 days.
Earth shattering. Breaking news. What's your sound?
What?
Breaking news.
Do, 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 do.
Somebody said they like your little doo-doo sound. Yeah, I read all the comments. See, people, we're probably the only YouTube channel out here that actually I read, or she reads, I read the majority of them, every comment. So
Harley Girl says she cares about what you eat.
So you can, you know, when you're looking at that, look back. You know, I might only say thanks or thanks for watching, but if you don't have a comment and you know me asking me something, I'm not going to respond.
They say good video.
Yeah, and I put thanks. Thanks for watching.
But if they have a comment like, I like that bar you were in the other night, then we can respond to that.
Yeah.
Buzz. Thank you. Yes, and thank you for everybody that wished me a happy birthday. My birthday was a couple of weeks ago on the 17th of August. So, yep. Thank you. Another year older. I'm not getting any younger.
What?
When I turned 40, I started counting backwards. But then when I got down like into the teens, I thought,
You don't look like you were in your teens.
I couldn't do that no more. So,
Just went back to a regular age.
yeah.
Who cares how old you are? You're as old as you feel.
That's right.
And that's what
what
we do.
everybody said.
And we know people out there that are older, that younger than us, and they don't do nothing.
Is that Mark Borgadine? He says you're buzzed on that girly beer. He's not a big beer drinker, so.
I'm not buzzed. It doesn't taste very good. I don't care for the taste of beer anymore. And I don't really want to drink soda.
And they don't have tea here, so.
Not a lot.
And heaven forbid he drank a water. Where's my comments? Live chat. I wanted to see if that was Mark Borgadine.
He normally comes on Facebook.
Happy 30th. I know, that's what I'm looking at.
So what else are we going to do? That's where we're at. Our garage is almost about ready to get finally approved on that. But
Doubled. Said happy 30th. Vinegar's good on French. Oh, there's Steven. Thank you, Steven. He was gonna. Where's a good place to meet up in Myrtle Beach? He's in Myrtle Beach. So we
really don't want to do like SBB or Beaver Bar. We'd like to find some place, not necessarily a restaurant, but you know, kind of a lower key bar, but not a dump. Well, there's some dumps down there. I wouldn't want to go back down to that bar that's on the water there in Myrtle Beach. It's kind of a neat. It's like the oldest bar in Myrtle Beach.
Oh yeah,
but I mean, it's a really neat place.
Bowery, because it's like the Bowery Boys.
Yeah.
But
It was a really neat bar, but I wouldn't want to do a meet.
That's where Alabama got their start.
Yeah. So that's a really neat bar, but I wouldn't want to do
Catherine
a meet.
says thumbs up. And
you got to find a meet and greet at some place that's not too loud, where people can talk. Also, some place that's not going to have a problem if 20 or 30 people show up. They're not going to have a problem with all these people being in there. And so you don't really want to do, like, you wouldn't want to do Mammy's restaurant. They probably would get excited with that, all those people kind of moving around and stuff. So it's
like we'd have all those people.
I don't know how many show up.
Mark, what are you doing Labor Day weekend? Are you going to meet us down in
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Missouri.
At
Blue Springs.
Blue Springs. That's what Art says. Bob Buzz, he said, I don't think so. He knows when to stop. That's one of the reasons I ride with them. And we don't really, even when we ride bikes, we don't really drink ever.
I
Way to
probably
go,
drink.
Steven.
I probably drink one more beer than Art drinks, which I think he's had about 6 beers in our acquaintance.
In the last 20 years. Let me know. The Bowery is the. Let me look at the Bowery's downtown. The Bowery's right on the waterfront.
Well, see, I thought that might just be too much for an event.
I don't know. It's a neat bar if you've never been there. You know how they used to have the old chicken wire up? They don't really have it in front of the stage. It's kind of in between the bar and where the band plays. They have the old chicken wire up. Remember in the Blues Brothers where they'd throw the beer bottle so it didn't hit the band? But it was kind of neat. It was a different place.
We did a video on that. We did a video on that, and because it's so historic, nobody probably watched it. Nobody was really interested in that. That's what's
because it wasn't about a motorcycle.
I didn't have no motorcycles inside.
We should do a book on a motorcycle, like a little motorcycle that does all these places, and then that would have a motorcycle in it. You know how they do those little cutouts? My grandkids have those, the Liam cutout, and they send it all across the United States to all their friends. And Liam went here, Liam went there, Liam went there. Well, we could do the motorcycle. We'd have to name the motorcycle, and then every place we went. If we did,
Yeah, who do you think drank too much?
It's an idea. I don't know. Hi,
You can see who comes up with the ideas for our
JCBD.
channel.
It might work. It would have a motorcycle in it, and then we could do all the other things. We could go to parks and places we want to go.
So how many people would want to watch a paper motorcycle drive around America?
Many
Put it in a tree and
motorcycles
say,
for the
look, it's
libs.
here in the park.
That's probably what it is.
What?
Too many motorcycles for the libs down in Myrtle Beach. Motorcycles and books and pineapples. Oh, motorcycles and boobs. Ken gave us another $15.
Holy
It says,
smokes.
take a shot.
No, we don't do shots.
We used to do apple puckers.
Yeah.
Those
Which really wasn't alcohol. More like drinking syrup. Something in it.
Thank you, Ken.
So the people put us in the bar. Here's the other half of the room we're sitting in. We're sitting in their back room.
Well, it was full a minute ago. Did you see it a while ago?
Yeah. So it's kind of a pretty neat place here. It's only been opened, I think, less than a year. They have another one you say in Belleville. I guess the other one's in Belleville. It's an old ratty looking bar. They built this up. It's pretty neat looking inside. It's,
Yep. They
it's
fixed it up.
right
I
on the
don't know
corner,
if there
got a
was
big parking
anything here.
lot. I don't know. Something was here, some building. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know if they tore it down and built a new one or if they just added on to it. I can't tell. If
My
they
class
just
reunion
fixed
was right
it up-
next door at Ott's. That's a whole building too.
Yep. Oh, we got some more people. Art says, you could have hauled a billboard around and with you on the bike, a billboard. That would be kind of big. Richard Wright says, thumbs up. I get 3 weeks of groceries for $15 in Cold Spring.
Send it over to Bourbon, Missouri, care of Blue Springs and the care of the Bob and Tam Show, and we'll see what you get for $15.
Good job, Ken. Thank you, thank you. Where are you at now? We're in Millstadt, Illinois.
We're at what's the name of the place?
Spikes.
Spikes.
Public House. Spikes Public. Oh.
Looking at the menu. Look at the other side.
Spikes Public House, I guess. Spikes
Here, it's right on
Public
top.
House.
There's a phone number if you want to order some food. I think you can pick it up. That's where we're at. Online orders at spikepub.com.
We got some chips.
Look and see if they got a live feed. They got a camera up here. Maybe you can see us live.
It's facing
on their
the other
camera.
way.
That would
You
give you
can
something.
watch us watching you. I don't know.
If you're at the tables over there, but these people here have no idea who we are. We haven't.
There's not one person other than my relatives that say,
Well, we have somebody
Bob
that's
and Sam.
over in St. Peters, Missouri. I don't know if they're on the night. over in St. Peters, Missouri,
Even
that actually wants to meet us. But St. Peter's pretty far away. It's on the other side of the St. Louis airport. And we're more down by the JB Bridge on Mississippi. That's called Jefferson Barracks Bridge, where the military cemetery is. We're down at that end of St. Louis. So they have a road. It's called the 270. It loops all the way around St. Louis. So
it's called, half of it's called the 270 because it goes to the 70, and the other half's called the 255 because it goes to the 55.
And that's on the Illinois side, which ain't much on this side. And so that's what's going on. So tomorrow we're going to go meet my aunt that's over 90 years old. We're going to go to meet her in St. Louis.
And his
have lunch
cousins,
with him.
a couple of his
And
cousins.
then we're going to come back and maybe catch her cousin if she ever gets off work on time, because she's always got an excuse that she can't meet us. And then Tuesday, we don't really have a whole lot to do. We'll start packing up, I guess, and get ready to leave. We're leaving Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday we leave.
The second.
So
whatever day the second's on.
So we took the golf cart out and the motorcycle because we thought we were going to ride the motorcycle. But it's been so freaking hot out
The
here in the
second's
humidity.
on the Thursday, yeah.
So Thursday morning, we'll head out and we're heading down to Blue Springs. Get down there sometime after lunch. And get all set up for camping gear. And my buddy that's going to be down there says all he does is eat and drink. That's all he does. So we'll see how that all goes.
Well, they got a swimming pool there, and then they're right on the Merrimack River. So I thought we could go on a float trip, but he said if we haven't booked one yet, there's no way you'll get on one because it's the
Labor Day
holiday.
weekend.
Yeah.
And that's
I know.
fine.
I
I didn't
wasn't
really
thinking
care
that.
if we
I
went on
don't
one. or
know.
not.
It's been a long time since
We haven't
float
never
trip.
flipped
Who
over
knows
a
what a
canoe.
float trip is? How about that?
Well, it depends on what it is. This is the float trip in a canoe.
Well,
Can
now
you-
you just told it what
Can
it
you
was.
canoe?
I
you
can canoe. Can you?
They're not rubber rafts.
Tablet. No, it's a aluminum canoe. Brand new tri-glides aren't cheap. No, they are not. We saw a CBO one, and it was what, $60,000?
What stupid dealer is that?
At $10,000 privilege free from buying it from them.
So you could have bought a CVO trike for $50,000. It's really not that bad for a CVO trike. So, but I mean, you can still buy a trike. Depends on how fancy of a trike you want to get. But I mean, nowadays you're looking at pretty much any decent motorcycles under 30 grand. But I mean,
Well, they
even,
got those freewheelers.
but it's even like some people are saying how much, Indian's so much cheaper. It's not. Well, I was going to do a video on that too, and I haven't got around to doing that.
And we went all
we went
around.
around and did some price shopping, and you'd be surprised how much a Honda Goldwing is. You'd be surprised how much that most expensive Indian is. It's right up there with the CVO.
Not
Harley
even a
Davidson.
CBO, a regular
No,
ultra
CBO.
bike.
No, but I mean, they had ones that price. But they had some $47,000 Indians you could get. So,
That was down in Daytona.
Yep. So when people say bikes, Harley's so expensive, you need to look around. You compare apples to apples. And of course, the Indian, you're getting a little bit bigger motorcycle, bigger engine and this and that. And you have this and that. And it's all about preference. I'm not going to say you should buy. You should buy what you want to buy. You like riding that Honda, or you want to ride the BMW or a Kawasaki or a Harley, an Indian, a Ducati, whatever you want to ride. If you want to ride the new, what's that other bike that you Harley used to make and now they don't make it, the Buell.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
they're making
Buell's
those
coming
again.
out. Yep.
Is that another super chat?
Yep.
Super
Frank.
chat.
Hey, Frank. Thank you. Frank and Suzanne, think you're great. Thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Yep.
We appreciate you sitting here with us watching, and we appreciate you guys giving us money. And
So we like the video.
You
How
guys
many
are
people
awesome.
have seen the video from the day that came out this morning? That was our highlight video. Other than seeing her more in videos, if you go back to that video that I was showing that did the 106,000, was day 7 of Sturgis. I didn't really get anybody really say why that one was more better than any of the other videos we put out. So that's curious. We're trying to figure out this YouTube thing and figure out what you really want to see and what you don't want to see. And, it's like these live feeds. I would have never thought, we'll have to see when this is all over. This one's not too great, but we got at least over 100 most of the time. But I mean, last week we were over 200 almost the whole time we did it.
well, in Sturgis, that last
500.
night was 600.
Yeah.
Or
so
real close to 600.
we had some really good, which I understand people are coming on to see what's going on in Sturgis and all that. So here you're coming on to see what we're doing and what's going on and what's happening. And,
Yep, spending the kids' inheritance. That's what a lot of people say. If the canoe trip was a Bob and Tam floating down the river, they'd pay to go. But I don't know. They're not really, I If you don't have a canoe, I guess we could, I don't know. You'd have to buy a canoe to float down, I guess, right now. From SoCal, JJ from SoCal. Hi there. Anything on Biketoberfest? As far as we know, Biketoberfest is still on. We called Shelly from Destination Daytona, and she said,
Okay, first of
they're gonna
all,
have it.
Daytona never canceled in December or in October
October.
last year. Downtown canceled. Most of these rallies,
Street.
it's like Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach has nothing to do with the Myrtle Beach rally.
It is.
Daytona really doesn't have anything to do with it. They've got Main Street. It's got 3 or 4 blocks there that you can ride your bike on. There's a couple of bars there.
All right,
They didn't have any vendors outside, even in the spring. So you're not losing much by not having that. You know, there's a lot of great bars out there. You can go to Beaver Bar. You can go to the Iron Horse, the Broken Spoke. All those will be open this fall for the fall rally. So the only thing you're missing if they close it, looks like if they do like they did this time, they blocked off the stupid street where you couldn't park your motorcycle out there. Screw them. Don't go down there anymore. You know, there's some great bars down there and there's some fun times to have. But when they want to charge you everywhere to park, and even the stupid city was charging, what, $8 to park on the side street?
And you couldn't get back in. Once you left, you had to pay to get back in again.
So we called the city and said something about it. And they're like, oh, there's free parking in that one parking lot. We drove down there. Yeah, it's free if you give them $5.
Like,
and
we don't know
walk 2
anything
blocks
about
away,
being free.
3 or 4 blocks away. So it's like.
So are you back yet, Ken? Ken went to go get another drink.
So yes, some of these things are, you know, you go to Ormond Beach, and that's where all the vendors are at. Down there at Destination Daytona, you got JMP Cycles. They got all their vendors on the lot. Destination Daytona's got all their, you know, like over 200 vendors on their parking lot. All the stuff you need to buy and all that's there. If you want to do some riding around, there's a lot of really neat little bars, which we'll probably try to hit this year. You can go out to Crackleberry. You can go out there to, what's the one across the street?
Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage Patch. Now, they may not have.
Somebody said we could meet there.
They may not have the slaw wrestling this year. They had to cancel it last fall. Couldn't have contact. But I mean, really, I filmed that. And I wasn't the slaw wrestling wasn't much. You're so freaking far back. And I actually got to stand inside the fence. You're so freaking far back, you really can't see a whole lot of nothing. I was very disappointed in the slaw wrestling.
I was watching the midget wrestling,
which was a very disappointing too. Now we're going to try to go out and see some pudding wrestling. We're going to try that. It's at the No Name Bar out in Timbuktu.
It's south of New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah. So we're going to go up there and check that bar out and get some footage from there this year, at least for the fall rally. We'll see how good it is to go back for the spring.
Not Eustis. I can't think of the name of that town. It's down there close to
well,
that.
Useless is in Leesburg.
Yeah,
Useless.
that's where it. Are they going to have? Or that's not till November. Leesburg.
Yeah, we're not going.
There's till November.
We're not going to Leesburg. People try to say that too. There's 300,000 people come to Leesburg. Why? You know, I mean, they said it's because of downtown. Once again, why? You know, the Harley dealer out there, they had a great show. Had a lot of good vendors. I think he had 60 or 70 vendors there, and it was pretty neat. And there was a great dealership. John owns that. Great dealership. Highly recommend them. But
yeah, he was good.
Downtown, I don't see what they could do to attract that many more people. I don't buy it. I don't buy that they had no 300,000 people there every year downtown. I don't buy it.
Edgewater is where No Name Bar is.
Yeah. So we're going to go and probably try to check that out this fall. Some of the places we're going to try to do is try to catch in fall, because the fall rallies are always smaller than the spring. So we're going to try to do some unique stuff that we normally wouldn't do at a rally. So we want to check out some of that neat stuff that, you know, some of these other bars that we stopped in, but we never really got to go back when they had their special events and stuff. Like there's another bar where they actually had the midget wrestling at. What was that bar called? That was in Orange Park.
Oh,
Orange.
it was the Doghouse.
Yeah, the Doghouse. DAWG. And that's in Daytona, but
Port
it's in
Orange.
Yeah, Port Orange. So we'll probably go down there and check that bar out. It's supposed to be a pretty neat bar, neat place to hang out. You might do a couple days there and see what they got going on. So
that's about different motorcycles. I'm just learning. Alrighty, at different motorcycles. Yeah, and we ride a Harley, and I would say the majority, probably 75% of Harleys are on the road. But we try to get, if we see other motorcycles, Florida's a good place because there's Triumphs and Indians and vintage bikes.
And even some you never
really
heard
cool.
of.
I know.
And so we try
that Moto. Moto Godo, Moto Guru, I don't know, one of those.
It was down there. A lot of people badmouthed it after I filmed it.
Hmm.
But I mean, it was just a different bike. We just want to get it on
Yep.
videotape. But it's
No,
like a lot of the dealers that we talk
showing
to
up there in Leesburg.
don't want to talk to us. A lot of Honda dealers, Yamaha, Kawasaki. Now we got a few here in Sturgis. You know, the Indian dealer was just overly welcome talking to us. In Panama City, that the Indian dealer really likes to talk to us. In Daytona.
No, they had that little girl.
Oh,
She was all happy and bubbly.
we talked to the
And then
owner
you asked her
before.
about-
We talked to the owner, the
He
general
don't-
manager
he doesn't
before.
wanna-
We'll see if we can get him to talk to us again because the girl was
I think his name was
Nathan or something.
Nathan, yeah.
And he was a really good guy.
And we actually talked to the owner. He came around and asked if we wanted donuts, and then
we didn't
he
realize
walked
he was the
off,
owner.
and they said, "Oh, that's the owner." And I'm like, "Oh, can you talk to us?" And they said he wouldn't talk. I
So,
think I did
a lot
get a
of
hold
owners
of
are
him and
like that.
asked him, and he said no.
A lot of owners are like that. They don't want to speak on camera and
Not
stuff.
much, Ken.
And we're okay with that. And because not everybody wants to. If they give us permission to film, you know, none of them ever turn us down to film on property. And we do have some morons that have tried to stop us, which we tell you who those morons are. But most dealerships, even the Honda dealership, they're like, oh, well, you can film. We're just not going to, nobody will talk to you.
Well, the one in Daytona, we stopped, and they said, "Oh, we'll be with you in a few minutes. We're really busy right now. We're setting up," and they just opened, and we're like, "Okay." And we were probably there an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Nobody ever came back
That was
to
the
us.
end of that. Well, that ended up being owned by the same people that owned another dealership. But in Daytona, see the BMW and the Triumph dealer, they love talking to us. It's the same dealership. And they're really nice. We've gotten a couple shout outs for them. And they have some events at their place. They have like a barbecue wagon or something comes in, and they have some stuff going on there. So it's kind of neat. And we also met Big Heavy, which is going to be down there, Heavy Ed. That
Big heavy.
well, whatever. He was in Daytona, so
We got to go on that cruise last year. The one in
I
Myrtle
don't
Beach
remember it
in the
being
inlet.
$50 a person.
It
though.
was. Yes, it
I paid
was.
$100 for that.
Yes, you did.
To call them up and see about a freebie.
Who isn't Dallas? Oh, I know what Dallas said. Good point, Ken. Oh, what'd they say? Apparently, but well, no, they're not Mexican midgets. But we did go. Somebody dropped something. There was we did watch one. It was midget bowling, and they actually took the midget.
That was actually at the Buffalo Chip, I think, a couple of years ago, and they put like a football helmet on them, and they threw them down this little lane.
Knocked down the pin.
We've seen midget wrestling before, and it's funny as hell. Yeah, it's great, and they should do more of that. I thought the Buffalo Chip was going to do it, but we never did. We never did get really a paper of saying all the things they had done, but we didn't see nothing about. They must have brought the lingerie boxing in, which wasn't very fun, and it wasn't that great of girls. And
it wasn't very good. What do you call
they'd
it?
go. That's how they did. And it's like, can you make it any faker? You could at least swing like you're missing somebody. But no, they didn't. It was like, if you watch the video, well, you got to be on Patreon. But if you watch the day 7, it shows a little bit of the match.
What do you call acting? Their acting was not very professional.
Poor acting skills.
So Big Juicy at Dirty Harry's, is that the t-shirt contest? Because he's got one of those. He needs to put that up on Patreon. I'm assuming they were talking about the t-shirt contest at Dirty Harry's.
See, I forgot all my footage from. I didn't want to. See, we take a lot. We've already got 5 terabytes of video from this last rally. 5. So I don't carry all the hard drives around with me. I've got about 4 or 5 because I'm afraid if something would happen, I would lose all that footage. So we leave some of it at home. And I thought I brought last year's rally with us, and I did not. So I don't have a lot. Because I thought we were going to put Myrtle Beach up. We got a lot of really good t-shirt competition in Myrtle Beach that we filmed. That we showed a little bit, but not much. And we want to put that on our Patreon page, but it's probably going to have to wait till we get home in December.
Dallas said he'd do pay-per-view midget bowling. That was fun. She went. Oh, was that one of the contestants? Big Juicy? I don't know. I didn't see her. There was one real cute lady, and every time we saw it twice.
What?
And Grandma won both times.
Yeah. And that's the only thing you watch a lot of this. Well, it's just like the one that was in Montana this year. If it wasn't fixed, the guy was just stupid. Well, it was. He had no idea what he was doing, and He gave it to the group that one group never even got voted on. And the last group was the worst applause of anybody. And that's the group he gave the money to. And even the girl that won first place
He's giving the money, he can give it to who he wants.
tried to give, yeah, but why are you having a contest then? You're telling everybody that this is the contest that the best will win. Well, then you shouldn't say that. I'm going to give the money to the person I want to give it to. Well, what's happened is there's going to be a lot of people that's not going to come back to Montana for Terrific Tuesday. We're not going back. Because it is what it is, and what's to say? If you watch my video, there's 100 freaking people holding their phones up, and it's a hard. I got pretty good shots, but I mean, if I was down, if you were down
Ken
in
was
front,
there. What did you think, Ken?
if you were down in front, it wasn't bad, but it was so crowded. They don't have enough beer. On they I don't think they ran out of beer, but you couldn't get to it. There wasn't enough vendors for food. It's too small of a property. It's too small of a stage. It just sucked. And we tried to help the guy that puts it on. He's the promoter. And he didn't want to take any of our advice. He let the guy that puts the money up for the contest rule him. And until he grows a pair and decides, hey, this is my event, I'm going to do what I want to do because it's my event. He could make this into something really great. And we told him we'd be happy to help him. But if he's going to play the games like he did this year, we're done with him. We're not going back ever to that event. It just isn't worth it. It's too far to go for all the chaos that's going on there. And a lot of you will know that. There's people that are standing way in the back outside of the pavilion. You didn't see anything because all the phones are in your way. So
Ken said it was a S show, but he said he'd go back.
Maybe you can film for us next year. We'll give you a camera.
We'll give you a camera.
Get down front. But we're not. We're just not going to go next year. It wasn't worth the time. And there's a lot of other t-shirt competitions in town. What's the one? Side Tracks. That was
Side Hacks.
Side Hacks. They do one every day, 4 and 5. There's a couple other places. There's a couple other places that do off and on have one. They had a bikini contest over at the Iron Horse. We missed that. I think maybe even out there at the Full Throttle, they have a t-shirt contest out there too.
Oh yeah.
They had it out there where they had the white lines all marked up. I seen somebody had a video, just a quick glimpse of one of the girls. So there is
probably Time Cut Pro probably had something up.
He might have. I don't know if he went out there or not. So there's a lot of really good opportunities to go, but
you got to know when to go, where to go, and
my regular video of Terrific Tuesday did really good. We're around 70,000 views. So, hey, it went pretty good. I didn't look to see how long they watched because that makes a big difference. If I put a 30-minute video up and they watch 2 minutes of it, I didn't get much credit for it. Just because that's why I say when you look at people's videos and they said, oh, they had 5 million people watch their video. Well, the part you want to know is how long did they watch the video? If they watched it for 10 seconds, then they didn't get much out of it. I mean, revenue, because they watched the first commercial and that was all they watched. So that's what you have to look at, and we get all these numbers. Like when this is over, I can go back and see what the average duration is. Most of our lives are about 6 to 7 minutes is all people hang around for. And now I know there's some of you out here that are staying the whole time. Well, then that even cuts the number down worse. Where if you stayed the whole hour or two that we're on, and that makes somebody else only stayed maybe a minute. They clicked on and said, oh, what are these losers talking about? Nothing. We're clicking off. So
they're talking about the same old stuff.
Yeah, nothing new, nothing old, nothing new. So I don't know. So we try to do these lives because we think you guys, we'd like to do a live every Sunday if you want to hear them and you want to see them and want to know what's going on, what our updates are, anything that's changed. We'll do a live just like we did the other day. We got that live up there to let you know that
Mike's Booze and Barbecue.
He canceled downtown. And all the vendors that we've talked to, all are going. We don't know anybody vendor-wise that canceled. I know there's some vendors in the city limits of Fayetteville, so I don't know who they are. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's those t-shirt guys. I don't know. Could be like downtown Sturgis. Other than a couple people we know, 90% of what's just happening in Sturgis. Sturgis is happening a lot.
But we'll have to call Dan Kite because Dan Kite does go to Harley Davidson in Panama City. So I'm assuming he's heard that they're not going to have any vendors there. So
he might go to the park.
He might, if he can get in.
He could definitely get in there. They'll rent more spots. But he's in Florida, so he's not that far from him to go to a different location. So I don't know. we'll see how this all goes out. We know that the virus is out here again, and people are getting sick, and
Be careful, wash your hands,
yeah.
keep your distance, stay
And
home if you're sick.
yeah,
That's all we need to do.
and we've done really well. We haven't got sick at all these rallies. I kind of worried in Daytona. A lot of people came up close and talked to us. A lot of people drunk want to get right up in your face and talk to you. I'm not a posty guy anyway. I like to
He's
keep
got
an
a
arm
big
length.
bubble.
Yeah, and I don't need you in my circle. And
Thanks, Timothy.
so we worried a little bit in Daytona. I thought if we were going to catch it, that's
A
where
lot now, all of a sudden.
we would catch it there
Nice.
because of so many content. Well, then Daytona was actually somebody that went on our ride with us got it.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. And we won. And so in that case, we kind of laid low for a couple days to see if we were going to get a fever or anything. Nothing happened. So we didn't contact anybody in our ride to let them know that somebody had gotten it. We didn't get it. We were probably closest people to them.
Because we actually saw them the Sunday before too, and
Yeah.
then they were with us on the one of the lives. So
Yeah. So they left, went home, and he's been in the hospital. So
prayers for
we're
him.
not going to give out
and
his
he's
name or
doing
nothing.
pretty good.
And but that happened. We also J&P Cycles. We've gone in there and bought a tire and everything from them. Dealt with the salespeople, and there's 5 people there that all caught the virus. That's why they had to close down on Friday and Saturday of the rally. They had to be closed for 10 to 15 days, 10 to 14 days, probably 10 days. They're going to be open full time again. J&P Cycles in Sturgis is going to be open year round. They got bought out by Cycle Gear, is who owns J&P Cycles.
Como.
Yeah, Como Racing, Como, whatever that is, sells Como stuff for off-road bikes. They're all one big happy company now. So kind of exciting. And hey, if J&P Cycles, that helps J&P Cycles be a better company, that's great too. So that's pretty exciting. So that way we kind of worried a little bit about plus also going to the Kid Rock concert. Even though we were there a short time, that was a lot of people.
Thanks, Phil.
A lot.
For
when
what?
we talked the Kid Rock. So we talked to the Buffalo Chip, and Rod said it was the largest concert he's ever had. Number-wise, he never gives out numbers, but we heard about 120,000. Every bit of that was there. And we heard some people got in free. We heard from Rod. He said it's probably people that were at the gate that knew their friends, and they let them in free. So he'll catch them later, he said. And
well, it was like, I mean, I could imagine all the people coming in, and they were probably just like, get in.
Because a lot of people were trying to count and say there were 60 or 70,000 people there. But see, people with wristbands, they're not counted because they don't buy a ticket. So all the people that are in the campground, which I would probably say 75% of the people, maybe even more, were at the Kid Rock concert. And a lot of people. When we came back early, we didn't see very many people standing around in the campsite. So I would say everybody in the campground was there. And what we hear is the average campground there at the Buffalo Chip is about 60,000 people are there. I don't know if that's true. That's a rumor. But if you said 50, if you figured 60,000 people were there is what the estimate of ticket sales, and then you figure another 50 or 60,000, we're at the 110 to 120,000 people. So that's where I get my numbers. People always want to know, how do you figure that out? Actually, nobody has any kind of calculations. They have no freaking idea. No. Just like the numbers that are coming out about Sturgis. 528,000 vehicles crossed over the rubber bands. Okay, so that counts the tourism, the motorcycles, the cars, everything. So you might say, oh, there's only 528,000 people there. Okay, we came in the same vehicle, so that's 2. How many people brought toy haulers or car haulers or whatever they brought, and they brought more than 2 people with them? They had 4 or 5 guys with them or whatever they had in the group. Well, that all counts. A lot of guys ride single motorcycles. That's true too. So how many people were there?
And they only count the 6th through the 16th. And the big majority of the people came the 2nd through the 6th. Yes. There was a lot of people there during those 4 or 5 days prior to.
Yes, and we talked about this before. That Wednesday of the rally, we did not have the influx of people that come in on Wednesday and Thursday of the rally. The Buffalo Chip told us very few came in. And that's never happened in the whole history of the Buffalo Chip. And we've seen that. We didn't see any campers, motorcycles packed up coming in town. We've seen people leaving. So I believe we probably had the 1 million plus there if you count the full 2.5 weeks at the end of the rally all the way to the beginning. If you go from like August 1st to the 15th to the 16th of August, I'll bet you we had 1 million people in Sturgis or in the area.
Yeah.
During the rally, we probably had about 650 to 700,000 people at the rally itself during bike week. So that's what you have to look at. They're only counting from the Friday that's the 6th to the 15th. That's the only days that's the official rally. Same thing with the deaths and all that stuff, accidents, traffic tickets, arrests, all that is from the 6th
through the 15th.
That's it. Now we're going to get Monday. We're going to get, that'll be tomorrow. She'll call and get any new updates that we can get on how many arrests there was and all that kind of good stuff. And so hopefully we'll get all those numbers. Maybe we'll do a live tomorrow and give you that heads up because I don't really have a video now for tomorrow. Maybe we'll do an update on that and let you know what any current numbers are that they have. But once again, this is all just estimated numbers.
Nobody ever knows.
The city actually weighs trash, and they won't know it for about 3 to 6 months after the event. Do they get their final numbers? The county counts the rubber bands that you drive across. And all this has plus and minus in it. So it wasn't 528,000 cars exactly that crossed it. They count for people that live maybe in Rapid City.
Going to and from work and stuff like that.
They disallow all that because some people tell us that, you know, Kat from the chamber says she runs over it about 15 or 20 times during the rally, the same rubber band. So they do have a plus and a minus that they do. So this is their estimated. You want to say something?
No.
So that's it. Also found out that the city wasn't real happy about the road that bypasses the city, the one out by the Buffalo Chip. Now, it got a lot better this year than it's ever been before. They still had trouble with the hills, getting that to be packed down. They call that
magnesium water.
Magnesium water that they put on the roads that it kind of hardens the rocks. And Kathmandu's going to be doing that to theirs this winter and try to get their roads to try to get rid of their dust. That's the only way you can get rid of the dust. Buffalo Chip just put water down to try to keep down the dust. Well, it helps for until the water evaporates, and then it kicks all back up again.
So I guess somebody that asked earlier on, and I don't know if they're on here still anymore, they said that they'd heard that there was a tire shortage. It was hard to get tires. I don't know if there's a tire shortage or if it was just the transportation. I don't know. We got our tire, but there was only 2 left, and when we got there was only 1 left.
That was only in Sturgis. That was at JP and Cycles. That doesn't mean that anybody else did.
But they acted like across the country.
We checked with one other tire dealer. The other tire dealer was too busy taking care of an oil change after 45 minutes of standing there that I left. So I don't know if he had the tire or not. I assume that the the Harley dealer had tires in stock. We also found that Kawasaki dealer, they had Harley tires in stock, which we didn't think about checking with them on a price.
Yeah, the one out there in Rapid City, they said they had tires. Yeah. And when they showed us, if you looked at the video when we did the
Harley store.
Yeah, the Harley store. When they showed us their warehouse, it was full of tires. So, but I mean, if you need tires, you need tires. And I know
there's really a shortage for everything. You know, it's like everything right now. Nobody wants to work. So you got less truck drivers, you got less assembly workers, you got less shipping people, you got all this stuff. Everything's less. Now, most of the dealers in Sturgis, other than the few tire dealers in town, most of the people we talk to, Speeds and Bearing Exchange and Chubby Cups, a lot of the people that we do shout outs for all said that they had a very large inventory of stuff. And because in Daytona this year, Speeds ran out of stereos from Rockford. Couldn't get any. He ended up going to Best Buy and bought some stereos and just installed them for the cost of installing, no money for making it.
No.
So this time when
we didn't make any money on the stereo system, just for labor.
So when he came to Sturgis this year, he really stocked up and they had no trouble. They didn't run out. They've still got enough to go for the next few rallies they're going to be doing.
So Chaos Incorporated, we did do renting an RV at the Buffalo Chip. It's through Jack's
bathroom time.
Jack's Camping World or Jack's Campers. And if George is still on, we actually went through his camper that he rented. So, and that's not too bad of a deal either. I don't remember how much it was now, but there is one on the Buffalo Chip and renting campers. And then if you're riding your motorcycle in, that Easy Rider camping thing, that was a pretty good deal too, that you get a tent, chairs, mat off the floor, you know, it's like on a cot thing. You get a blow up mattress, electricity, 2 chairs, something else, and then you get your own private showers there, and that was pretty nice. So all you have to do is ride on your bike with your clothes and your bathroom stuff, and you're set and ready to go. So check out the video. I'll see if I can look it up when Bob gets back real quick on what video it is that had the campers on there too. And replace his front tire a few weeks before the rally. That's good. I know. And he needed to replace it. He kept saying, the last couple rallies, he kept saying, I need a new front tire. I need a new front tire. And it's like, well, we need to get one because we keep riding the bike around and if it needs a tire. And then he says when he looks at it, it looks okay. But we finally got our new tire, which I was happy. Shots while Bob's away. Everybody, cheers. Thanks. I'll check it out. Okay. Yeah, that's what I said. I guess George isn't on anymore. If he is, he's not saying anything. But yeah, it must have been. It probably was like the 3rd or 4th day of Sturgis, because I think, yeah, because it was before we went on our motorcycle ride that we had with a few people, and I think it was before that he did it. So it was probably maybe the 1st or 2nd day. Veterans Biker goes on at 7. Oh, has he got one too?
Right.
They said that there's another live going on at 7. So in a few minutes we can just get off, and then that'll be our 2 hours. And then they can all go over to the Veteran Biker. So that sounds good, because these chairs are hard. Dallas says chairs. Oh, so somebody else, they talked about renting an RV at the Buffalo Chip, and somebody wanted to know if we were going to do the ROT in Austin. It's a bike rally.
Unless it's on the way home.
Somebody else, the Republic, I don't know what it was called. Somebody else asked us about that.
There's a lot of that. And what you guys can do is go to our our Yahoo email, which is Bob, B-O-B, and then ANDTAMS @yahoo.com. You send us any recommendations of events for next year. Not this year, next year. And we'll see what happens. Because there's a lot of things I'm thinking we're going to blow off next year. I don't think we'll do Myrtle Beach again. I'm not sure if we'll do the spring Myrtle Beach or not.
Hi, Diane.
If we do, it's going to be a lot less time, because it just wasn't, other than SBB and the Beaver Bar and the Harley dealer, really wasn't much of nothing going on there this spring.
So Ken says, let's get 200 thumbs up in the next 4 minutes. So if you're on, give us a big thumbs up. If you just got on,
That's allowed.
Sorry, give us a big thumbs up.
She's getting excited.
I want to hurry up because we only got a few minutes left. Yeah.
So what's going on?
Get to 200
just to let everybody know that came on here at the end, we've added Panama City Beach, Thunder Beach Rally. We're heading to that. We've heard that the Harley dealer's not going to have any vendors there. No big loss, other than Chubby Cups and one sexy biker.
Chubby Cups was at the park.
Oh, Dan Kite. Dan Kite and one sexy biker. You probably should call her. And see what she's got going on. We can probably get a hold of her pretty quick too, and see what she's got set up if she's going to go someplace else.
Hi, JP.
And so we can find out about that. What rallies are we hitting? In about 2 weeks from now, 3 at the most. We're going to be down at Lake of the Ozarks for theirs. After that, we're doing Bikes and Blues in Fayetteville. They canceled their rally, but that's just for downtown. The rest of it's going on. After that, we're heading right over to Myrtle Beach. We have 3 days to get to Myrtle Beach. Get going over there and film what's going on in Myrtle Beach. And then right after that, we're heading we're probably going to skip Georgia. If I did something, I'd maybe do it next spring. Probably this summer is not going to be the hottest thing in the world down there during the fall. So we're probably going to go on down to Daytona. We'll probably be in Daytona probably about 2 to 2.5 weeks. So that'll be pretty neat, and give you a lot more information on Daytona and some rides and stuff like that. Maybe we'll spend a little more time down in St. Augustine's. They got a really neat area down there. I'd like to spend a little more time. Hopefully they won't have as much stuff closed because of the virus down there. We'll have to wait and see in St. Augustine's.
I'm sure you are, Dallas.
And so from there, we're going to be going over to Panama City Beach, over to Thunder Beach. We'll be over there for their week rally. We got a campground that one of our subscribers told us about, the state park, which is like 15 miles from downtown. So that'll be pretty good. We'll be there. And then we'll wrap up the year in Galveston at the Lone Star State Rally. We're staying at making me happy.
Jamaica Beach.
Yeah, making me happy.
So
And,
we have never been to Laconia. We're going to try to get up there next year.
We're going to see. It depends a lot on these next few rallies, how money goes. We did really good here in Sturgis. We're really happy about what happened. That's why we're going to the East Coast now. But we'll have to see about next year in Laconia. A lot of times, what's bad about Laconia is it's pretty far north. It's going to cost us more to get there. Places to stay on the way up there isn't going to be cheap. The campgrounds there weren't too awful bad for what I was expecting. So they weren't too badly priced. I mean, if we could find somebody that's got a lot with some electric or something we could plug into, 30 amp or something.
We'll have Charlie next year.
Yeah. So we'd really like, that's what saves us most. That's our big #1 expense is our overnight camping. This year we spent probably
as much as we can.
We probably spent $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about $6,000 probably in camping at Rallies this year, and we're not even over yet. So that's not even counting them. So that's our big expense. Gas is expensive too, but it's a little easier to estimate the gas because we can pretty much, once we get to a rally, we park the truck and we're done with it. Unless it rains or something, we're riding in on the motorcycle all the time. Sturgis, we took the truck out a lot more than we normally would have because Terrific Tuesday, we had to take all of our gear. I got some giant tripod that you've seen on that table. It's a lot heavier duty than the little cheap ones that I use when we put them in the motorcycle.
Thanks, JP.
So that's kind of a rundown of what's going on. But you guys can email us. It's Bob and Tam, spelled out A&D, and Tam's just an S. Like there's more than one of her, at yahoo.com.
Imagine that.
And you can send us places you would like to see us be in 2022.
And no electricity.
We might have to look at, we might look at Oceanside next year. We're definitely going to do Daytona next year. We'll probably do Panama City for sure. We'll do Galveston. We'll determine how good Galveston is this year. I like Texas. I'd like to do more rallies in Texas, but once again, it's so hard. See, a lot of times people have a rally and it's 3 days. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not worth for us to travel across the state
or many states sometimes
to spend 2 or 3 days there because nobody's going to watch it.
So, Robert, is that in Laconia? It's $55 for a tent parking.
Holy crap. See, that's what I said. So if you're looking at the trailer, that's why I said if some of these campgrounds want to charge you $75 to $100 a day, that's great if you're coming to a rally and partying and having fun, but we're coming to work. So it's not like it's, you might look at it and go, well, that's not that much money. $1,450 at the ship was pretty good. Well, we worked the whole time. So
we didn't think it was bad for the 3 weeks we were there prior to and almost a week after. And I figured it up. I divided the $1,450 by the 33 days we were there, and it was still $45 a night.
So it wasn't so cheap.
They said to get a trailer and pull it behind the bike, but then he's got to have a place to edit. You need a table and a chair and internet. And
see, all the stuff that we bring, just the cameras and the computers that I bring and my tripods and all the different stuff we have would fill a small trailer up by itself. That's not bringing any coolers, any blankets, any clothing or anything. That's one of the reasons we see when I did this the first year, we rode the motorcycle. We only brought a laptop and I brought one camera and that was it. Well, you're limited to how much you can put on one camera. The card fills up, you're done. And then each camera is different. Like the phone, when I use our phone that I have a different phone that I bought. It's just a Galaxy 10. It's great for low light. If you look at the Kid Rock concert, that's that. There's no light on the camera. It's using the light that's there. And
you see the sun coming in.
Yeah. It makes it work really well.
Ken says he'll give us a $50 super chat if we get 175 thumbs up, and we're at 167.
All right. So you guys can all help us out by helping us get money from Ken. So if you guys hit that thumbs up. He's such a nice guy.
He is.
And I'm glad we met him because we really appreciate meeting all these people.
Thank you.
And we do. We really do. There's
you.
a lot of YouTubers out here that don't like to meet people. We don't mind. We like to meet you guys. But it's tough to meet.
170.
Come on. Let's go. Five more.
Button.
Five more. Hit it. No, don't you hit it. You take one away.
I know.
So hit the little thumbs up. So Ken's going to help us out before we end up tonight. So give us that 175 because that's another way that you can help us without giving us money. Ken's helping us out by giving us money, but you can help us out by giving us that thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you really like the video, and they look at it and go, hey, we're going to go ahead and recommend this video
JP
after we leave.
Subscribe too.
Yep, that helps too. I like to see more subscribers. YouTube the other day, which I think they screwed up, took away my subscribers. I didn't tell her that. I only had 14,500 subscribers, or 14,950 subscribers.
And we were over 50
just the other day. And what happened was, I think something happened to YouTube, because then at the end of the day, it jumped back up to.
We did it.
There we go.
Thank you, Ken. We got up to.
And we thank the Patin Nation for helping us
at 185. Out. We almost got that 200. So thank you.
So we really do appreciate it.
100,000 new subs. All right. That's your job, JP. We're going to put you in charge of new subs. So he's going to get us 100,000.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
Wouldn't have to work so hard.
Just sent you the link on Messenger. Okay.
And we can do Messenger too. I get Messenger and I don't look at it every day, but when it pops up and reminds me there's a message there, I look at it and I read all. That's one of the things that we do, and a lot of people that have watched other YouTubers will see. We try to respond within a day or so. Now, we missed one the other day on Patreon, came through a person that invited us to stay at their house in Vegas. And it was a
Vegas Bike Week.
It was a couple days old before I seen it. Patreon's a little weird for us. They show me the comments, but that one never came up, so I don't know.
Well, see, you can comment or you can message, and it's not through Messenger. It's different.
I don't know. So we're still trying to figure that out.
Because when someone new comes onto Patreon, we think, oh, we got to say something to them, and I said, oh, I already did them, and he's like, well, I just did them too, and I can't see the messages.
You see it once you hit it. Once you hit it, it comes up and it looks like we both thanked you twice.
Thank you, JP.
And which is fine. And so that works out. So we're still learning that, but we do answer every email. We answer every comment that comes across. And we're looking at Patreon and trying to hit everybody on Patreon. We'll figure it out eventually and get everybody answered. And
we do this for you guys. We really do. We enjoy this. We love our Pating Nation. Ken loves our Pating Nation. That's what he just said. You guys are amazing. And you guys are. You support us. You're there for us. And we really appreciate it. And you guys are awesome.
Hopefully this will grow a lot more. And probably, we've done really good. We came out this year with about 12,000 before we hit Sturgis. We got about 3,800 subscribers new in Sturgis this year. And I was kind of disappointed because we did 6,000 last year, but we were nobodies. We only had 800 subscribers when we got to Sturgis last year and jumped to 68. So that's why I was thinking this year, hey, to get 10 or 20,000 subscribers should be nothing. But see, it's probably a lot of the same people from last year watched it, but never subscribed. And the same thing happens here. During Sturgis, we had 65 to 70% of the people watching videos never subscribed.
Yeah. Because we can see how many people watch and then how many people are subscribed.
Yeah. But see, people watch on Facebook. You can't sign up on Facebook. People that don't have a YouTube channel, they can't subscribe. People watching it on a big screen TV, they're sitting at home. We have a lot of Canadians. We got somebody from Africa that's watching some of our stuff. I don't think he came on the night. He was
the UK, Switzerland, Thailand, all
so we have a lot of people all over the United States that are watching our channel, but that's not saying that everybody can subscribe. So we're going to do a video here. If we get good internet, we can do it from the trailer, and we'll hook up a laptop and all that kind of stuff, and we can show people how to do that. Probably should do a video on it so that people can continue to watch it.
Yes.
How much time we got? Are we over?
Yeah, we're over our 2 hours, so everybody can go watch the Veteran Biker.
Yeah.
Call the Buffalo Chip, and they can tell you how much it costs, and then they can tell you how much the wristband is too. How much it costs to rent a camper, because they'll have one put there for you, and all you have to do is pull up and go in.
Ken hasn't washed his arm from his last hug he got from you.
I'm an early subscriber and I love you guys. Thank you.
There's a lot of people that this year we found a lot of people that we talked to, because I didn't think I did as good a job as I did last year. And everybody said that they I guess we'll take our check. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah, you can take that. Yeah, we're just about done. We're closing up now. And you can bring us a tip.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So
he's in Kuwait watching. Robert is.
Oh, okay.
I always want to call him Roberto in Kuwait.
No,
so
that's a big long comment.
Safe over there. I have I guess he's my cousin's kid. So he's my second cousin, but he's over
in Iran.
No. Where all the mess is, I'm not allowed to say, but he's over there. He's a ranger, so I think he could be in Sturgis.
On the decline, I seen less than 20 people in there. What? I seen less than 20 people in their early 20s out at riding this year. Every year there's more trikes and less people, which is true. I've said this for a long time that I think if things don't change, we're going to have about another 10 or 15 years of Sturgis motorcycle rally, and it's going to go away because a lot of people are going to die. We're at the end of this. We're in our 60s now, and that's kind of the end of the baby boomers. And we're the ones that really ride bikes. We like to be in groups. We like to ride in groups, things like that. The younger generation doesn't like to do that. A lot of them will ride with their buddy. They would, and it's sad that it's gotten to be that way. And that's why I said when people go to Sturgis and stuff, they're more interested in the concerts than they are actually interested in meeting friends and riding and all this kind of stuff. And that's the part that's really discouraging about rallies. And a lot of people said that last year. We should contact the Travel Channel and try to get on there and try to help promote motorcycle rallies. You know, I don't think we're at that level that we could do something like that that would make a big difference. We're not getting that on our YouTube channel as it is. So why would national audiences watch what we talk about? But I mean, that's what it started with us. We started with the Full Throttle when they had their TV show. That's what got us to Sturgis. If it wasn't for watching that show, we probably would have never gone to Sturgis. And but I mean, we seen that and seen the fun and the excitement that's going on, and the young kids just don't see that. You know, a lot of people say that. Why? When somebody asked on one of our channels, said, why would you go to Sturgis and have work done? And I said, first of all, in like the town we live in Arizona, we have a couple of independent shops and we have one Harley dealer, and that's it. So if I wanted to get Vance and Hines pipes put on, I don't know if anybody could do it. If I wanted to get love jugs put on my bike to cool my bike, I don't know if anybody could even order them.
Anybody around our area
that could even order them. So that's the problem that you look at when you look at some of this stuff is that's what, you know, there's not everybody lives in a major city, lives in Daytona, or lives in some place where you can run over to J&P Cycles and pick up any parts you want. Or, you know, if you're in California, you can't even order a lot of that stuff because it's emission controls to where you can go, they won't even ship it to you, but you can go to one of these rallies and buy it and bring it home or put it on yourself. Someone won't put it on when you're, like when we were in Arizona, people from California could not get pipes and stuff put on performance.
So if you were over in Laughlin and went over there and did it, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it for you. So,
but somebody asked if we passed out cards this year, and we
not as many as we
because we passed out cards. And they're like, "Oh, we already watched you guys." It's like, well.
So what we needed to do, which we should have done that, and we didn't do a lot of that. We brought 5,000 cards, and I bet you we didn't give 1,000 of them away. And yes, we should have done more of that. And that's what we want to get back to next year, is getting back to our roots of how we started the channel to start with, is giving good information, talking to people, and passing out our cards, promoting ourselves more. And this year we ran around a lot more trying to show you stuff, and it just didn't go smoothly. And that's why we're going to switch next year.
Hopefully you guys didn't see any of that, but we felt very overwhelmed because of where we stayed and everything else. And then Stephen brought up a good point too. We want to say a prayer for all those that are down in Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, that are getting hit by that Ida now.
Some of them look some bad video I've seen of some of the stuff going on. Well, even at Loretta Lynn's ranch, it got flooded last week, a couple weeks ago.
And that was before the hurricane.
That was from the last hurricane and storms that came through. And one of her ranch hand that runs the ranch, he got killed in the storm. So it's bad all over. And should pray for everybody out there, and hope they all survive. One of our watchers that's down in Cajun country, it just missed him, New Orleans there. It missed him. And, he got through it and no real damage, which was good to hear from him. That's what I said. And so, yeah, we need to think about all that when we're out here traveling. And, you know, not everybody has it as good as you have it. And, you know, and some have it.
Keep all those people in your prayers, because you never know. I mean, the weather can turn. I mean, a tornado could come right through here. You never know.
This is Tornado Alley. And so, yeah, it's one of the reasons we moved. We've had a tornado go 3 times within a block of our house. And that was enough for us. And that's one of the reasons we moved. And so, yeah, but that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that another day.
So it's almost 2.5 hours now.
So at this point, we're going to wrap up our video today. I hope you guys all liked what we're doing here on our Sunday videos, that if you want to keep seeing it, we're happy to come out and try to find a place on Sunday and spend a little time with you. Great if we could talk to you guys. We can bring people online and talk to us. You actually would be in the screen, but what you have to do is
Yeah, we'll do that. The little nose thing and get you here.
It's best to have a computer, but then you have to wear an earplug, because when we talk to you, it'll be an echo. Now we can listen to you on even on our phone, we have to put a headphone in because we won't hear. It's delayed. Everything's delayed what you hear. So right now I'm talking, like if I raise my hand, it's there. It is
right there.
That's our delay that we have from the
But
time.
Ken and Ratfink, they see everything live.
They should see everything pretty live too, like
because
we do.
There are moderators. Thank
yeah.
you very much,
So they can
Ratfink
hit
and Ken.
if you say something
I
inappropriate.
didn't see Ryder Rex on.
That's kind of why we don't try to do Friday nights. There's a lot of guys that are doing Friday nights and they're getting a lot of spam from overseas. And it seems like Sunday, a lot of these foreigners, and not blaming all our foreigners, but some of the trolls out there seem to come out on Fridays and Saturday nights more than they do on Sundays. We haven't had any issue on Sunday.
No.
We had Friday.
We did do one Friday night, and all of a sudden,
somebody.
We were on just about 2 hours. We were getting ready to wrap up, and all of a sudden, I saw one, and then I saw 2 or 3, and then I saw like 10, and I said, "We're getting hacked," and we just said goodbye and hit the button. So
because we just don't want them to get any credit for what's going on.
Ken wants 200. We're at 195. 200. 200.
Right.
Ken says.
Well, hang on just a few more minutes for the 5 more, so we can end at 200. So give us that, and we'll end up tonight. And like I say, we do appreciate all you guys staying out here, watching us, watching our videos.
And we like this. We like talking to you guys too. So somebody wanted to know if we were only 5. Ken says 5 thumbs up on the thumbs up button on the like.
What was the question they asked?
I don't know what I was saying. Oh, the pass on much cards. I don't know.
So that's kind of it. So we got a lot of things going on. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a few more videos that we can put up and tell you kind of what's going on. She's going to call tomorrow, and she'll talk to one sexy biker that we can't say her name because they ding me for that. It's the name of a store, but I guess they think it's the sexist thing I'm saying. I don't know. So we'll talk to her and see what she's doing in
Panama City.
In Daytona, she's got her own shop.
Yeah.
So she'll be open no matter what, even if they close the street down. The inside buildings.
199. One more.
And
you'll make Ken get a good night's sleep. How about that?
Yeah.
If we get one more thumbs up, Ken will get a good night's sleep. Yeah. How bad asks the bike show? Oh, Ken, you didn't have to give any more money. Thank you.
And
we got 202. Thank you very much.
He's seeing it faster than we are.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's right. He's a monitor, so he sees it
real time.
So we want to thank everybody for hanging around with us tonight, supporting our channel, and helping us out. And we have a lot of fun doing this, and hopefully you guys are learning a lot. And it's great when I get replies from people that's first time they went to Sturgis, and they're like, your videos helped us so much. And
that makes it all worth it.
And it does. It lets us know that people really do watch what we're doing. They like what we talk about. Just like the shocks that we sold. I would have never, ever realized the impact we have when we talk about products that we buy. And so that's something that we're going to be getting into this fall. Once we get in this, probably over January and February, December, we're going to get into doing some work on the bike. And hopefully I'll pick up a bike that we can start doing some work on for the veterans.
Oh, yeah.
We're not doing real well with that. I may end up, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We may end up buying a bike from the auction, and we'll see how it all turns out. The Vets Club never called us back. They were supposed to have a meeting. I would have thought they would have had it by now.
I'll send them an email.
See what they wanted to do with it. Maybe we'll have to find another veterans organization to give it to. I don't know.
Because they said they had to get it approved through their board before they would be able to accept it.
So, maybe we'll find something down in Daytona or something too. Maybe they want to do something with us. I don't know. That's still all up in the air. And because we wanted something pretty new to give away, not something that was like a 99 bike or a 95. Something in the 2000s, hopefully.
Well, we'd like to get a 2014 or newer, because 2014 is when Ciro makes their parts for 2014s and newer. That way, if they give us anything to put on it for accessories, we'd be able to know that it was going to fit on it and it would work.
So we're looking around, and I was looking at Copart. That's a person that sells bikes. A lot of them are salvage titles, though. But I would think that they would, if I was getting a free bike, I'd take a salvage title. And we wouldn't sell any junk. Everything would have its frame checked and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We wouldn't sell something that would damage somebody. But that may be a choice if I've got to buy one because I just can't afford, $5,000 to $10,000. Even if a dealer gives me a deal, that's a lot of money to spend for a bike. And I don't want to do a pay-per-view, a GoPro, no GoPro, GoFundMe page to try to raise money to buy a bike to give to the vets. So I'd rather not go to that route either. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We got a couple dealers that are thinking about seeing if they can get us something. We got our dealers still in Las Vegas. Maybe we'll end up giving the bike in Las Vegas to give it away. I don't know. The vets, I guess you're giving it to the vets. The vet's a vet.
Tony's looking for it too. He's our biggest dealer, so he's looking. So if he finds something, we might have to call and put a bug in his ear to remind him. But so
we'll see what happens. So with this, we're going to leave you right here. Go ahead and say your line. See if you can get it through. She hasn't been able to get her line through the last 4 or 5 days.
With a couple of these, we'll see what I can do. So thanks for coming along today. We sure enjoyed our evening with you guys. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see all of you in the next video.
And here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick stroll around this bar with the camera so you can see. So hopefully it won't be
cool.
So hopefully it won't be too jiggly that you won't be able to see what's going on. So
but it's a really cool bar. Whoa.
Trying to get the legs down here. So that's the bar. So that's the bar. So at that, we are going to leave you right here in Millstadt, Illinois at the bar. And see you guys next week. We got some videos coming up. Also got Patreon coming up. So with that, we are going to leave you here and we'll have Tam tell you goodbye. Hang on, turn it around. Should they see you?
Going the back way. Bye. Y'all take care. And prayers for everybody down there in the, not a tornado, what is it?
Down south.
Hurricane down south. Take care. Bye.